says yes, and then Mr. Mohammed responds, he failed to answer to explain. Then I arrested him and read him his rights. From there we closed his room and we went to the booking police station. I then opened the case there for having ammunition without a license. Page 43. The case became a booking case 118 of 06 of 2020. And then we went back to him and we went to the Hampton Primrose Police Station. Mr. Maloi, just wait a minute before you proceed. You mentioned that we charged him for possession of ammunition. Was he processed at the cells at booking? Mr. Mohan, no. We just registered him to the OB, but he did not go into the cells in booking. So by booking, I think it's for booking now. So the assertion that was placed and the questions around that were put to the witness were misleading according to the record. Yes, Mr.
The record speaks for itself. I'm submitting that the record speaks for itself. Okay. So if that's what the record says.
So it means you are not locked in. Just for clarification, I'm not sure now the question and answer session relating to this aspect that was put on record. What happens to that should be? Because I'm not sure whether it will be expunged from the record or what he wants to do.
It admits that that question is nullified by logic, because the record says the client never
as the court is.
I will now proceed to the what happened on the 24th of June 2020, exhibit JJ. Before we get to what happened on the 24th of June 2020, let's start with the evidence that was given by Brigadier Gininda that on the 23rd of June 2020 received a call from what police station?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi siyeke kubufakazi noma siye kuloko kwenzeka ngazo i24 kuJune 2020 asiqaleke kuloko kwashiwa uyena uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi wathola ucingo elisuka noma olubuya epolice station yaseMot ngazo i23
that there was a legal visit by one Tokozo Mjiyako.
ukuthi ke ngazo i23 lezo ke wawuzobonwa wena ke khona epolice station lapho uyena uNtokozo Mjiyako.
My
lord, that's not true. Mjiyako never visited me in prison. Sorry, at the police station.
Okay, let us proceed now to the 24th of June 2020.
Asiyeke kuyilanga langa i24 manje. Yes, my lord.
Do you recall being booked out from the cells?
Uyakhumbula ngalelo langa lelo ukhishwa kuma-cell?
Yebo, Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Do you recall being booked out from the cells?
Uyakhumbula ngalelo langa lelo ukhishwa kuma-cell? Yebo, Nkosi enkantolo. Yes, my lord.
Who booked you from the cells?
Wakhishwa ubani?
Ngakhishwa yena Sergeant Mkhanda kosenkantolo.
By Sergeant Mukhane, my lord.
Was in the company of someone else?
Ingaba ukhona owayehamba naye?
Ukhona owayehlamba noMabhena kosenkantolo.
Yes, he was, because he was always in the company of Mabena, my lord.
And then, where did you go to?
Waya kuphi?
Abangitshela ngithi siya kosenkantolo.
They never informed me as to where we were going, my lord.
Did you reach a destination?
Kodwa ke ekugcineni kukhona la enafika khona.
Safika kosenkantolo lapho kule ecourt eBospet lapha ngaze sengithola igama la court la kuse ecourt eBospet kusho yena uMabhena kimi.
Yes, my lord, we eventually reached Boksburg Court. I was informed that that was Boksburg Court by Mabena.
Can you testify from the stage where you arrived at Boksburg Court?
Qala ke ukufakaza manje la enifika khona eBoksburg.
Kosenkantolo masifika eBospet usayitshena umkhane wehlile kosenkantolo wangena kwenye igate edraya wakhuphuka itepisi.
Upon arrival at Boksburg, my lord, Sergeant Mukhane alighted from the vehicle and he went through a turnstile and he went up the stairs.
Ephethe wona lamaphepha ehlala baphethe ngenvelope ebrown ngingazi amaphepha but envelope ebrown ayibonakala kosenkantolo.
He was in possession of the documents that he usually has with him. I don't know what was inside, but it's documents that are inside a brown envelope.
Okay, let me, sorry, Mr. Ntas, let me stop you. We'll get back to that. My apologies for that. But prior to you being booked out to Boksburg Court, were you assaulted in that particular date?
Uthi sizobuyela ke kuloko khona nje akhohliwe ke ngaphambilini kokuthi ke ukhishwe ke ukuthi uzohanjiswa uye khona enkantolo yase Boksburg washaywa yini ngalelo langa lelo.
Baba ngeke azange bangishaya isikhathi bengikhipha bangishaye late kosenkantolo.
They didn't assault me when they booked me out. They assaulted me later.
I'm talking about that before you reached Boksburg.
Mina ngikhuluma ke ngaphambi kokuthi uyofika eBoksburg.
Cha kosenkantolo.
No, my lord.
Were you threatened in any way?
Wasatshiswa yini?
Lapha kosenkantolo azange ngithi umkhane wakwangisabe so phela yena umuntu ayengikhipha emotweni angithi.
I never said, my lord, that Mukhane threatened me because he is the person that would take me out of the vehicle.
Yes, now proceed from where I stopped you.
La engimise khona ke usungaqhubeka ke.
Yebo kosenkantolo ungenile umkhane la wangena wakhuphuka itepisi wangena phezulu ngangambotha ungena ngophezulu ngoba lapha ngakungabonakala ukuthi yini mina ngangingazi nokwazi ngangiqala ukuya khona.
Mukhane then went up the stairs. As I said, I couldn't see exactly where he was because I didn't know what was up there because it was my first time going there.
Kuthe emveni kwesikhathi kosenkantolo wehla futhi ngetepisi akaphumanga kule gate le dryer wafika malapha wabiza uMabhena waphuma waya kuwe wasemtshela ukuthi mabangivulele basebengivulela ke oJonathan.
After a while, he came back, but he did not go through the turnstile. He just stood there, called Mabhena, and then Mabhena then went to him and then told them, together with the likes of Jonathan, to open for me or to take me out of the vehicle.
Yes, proceed.
Yebo.
Yebo nkosenkantolo mangiqeda sengizofika egate uMabhena wangikhipha ama-handcuff ngangafasa emuva wabuyisa ngaphandle ngoba ngangeke ngikwazi ukungena ama-handcuff so.
Just before I could reach the turnstile, my lord, because my hands were tied at the back, my hands were then brought forward by Mabhena because I would not have been able to go through the turnstiles with my hands at the back.
Ngase ngenyuka nkosenkantolo mangifika lapha kwakunomnyango kwaqhamuka indoda khona lapha iphuma khona lapha ngaphakathi yathi yena izekimi ithunywa abasekhaya ngithi mina.
Then, my lord, a gentleman came out of that particular room. There was a room there. A gentleman came out, informed me that he was referred to me or sent to me by my relatives.
Ngibuzeke mina nkosenkantolo ukuthi umuntu uthunywa ngabasekhaya bakufonele baze ngala abasekhaya ukuthi ngiboshiwe mina abantu basekhaya ngabatshela ukuthi ngikuphi.
And I then asked him, if you say that you were sent by my relatives or my family, where did they call you? How did they know that I've been arrested? Because I haven't yet informed them that I've been arrested.
Mangithi inkosi enkantolo ayingitshengise inamba or imessage ababayitshena khona ukuthi ayize lapha izongisiza. Ayizange inkosi enkantolo ingitshengise.
When I requested the gentleman to show me a number or a message where it indicates that he has been requested or they sent him the message, he never showed me that.
Ay ebisingiphendula ukuthi hayi sizokhuluma emveni kwesikhathi namanje ngisalendile ngoba ayikazange ekhulume.
He then said to me that we would speak after some time. I am still waiting up till today because we never spoke.
After you had a conversation with that particular gentleman, did you let her know who was he?
Kamuva ke usukhulumile naloyo mlisa loyo. Ngabe wamazi ke ukuthi ubani loyo mlisa?
Angimazanga ngaleso sikhathi inkosi enkantolo.
I didn't know him at that time, my lord.
Are you telling this court that you did not know who he was on that particular day?
Ngabe utshela lenkantolo yini ukuthi ngalelo langa lelo awuzange umazi loyo muntu loyo owakhuluma naye ukuthi ubani ngalelo langa lelo?
Inkosi enkantolo mina igama lakhe ngilizwe mina sehlele esitulweni ekhuluma nosisi lo hayi umama omlungu ekhuluma nosisi embuza ukuthi ubani egama ngamuza ngale ngizwe igama lakhe ukuthi uDokozo nesibongo sakhe ngase ngangisikhohlwa manje sisibongo ngisijwayele inkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I only got to know about him when he was inside the office seated there. He was asked by the lady that was seated there, not the white female lady, but the other lady that was seated there, when he said it is Dokozo, and even his surname I couldn't recall because it's not a surname that I was familiar with.
Yes, after he spoke to that particular lady, what happened?
Esekhulumile ke naloyo sisi loyo akhuluma naye kwenzekani?
Ngoba ngangimile nosisi wangitshela ukuthi mangihlale phansi.
Because I was standing, the lady told me to sit down.
Now, the lady that you are referring to, are you referring to Miss Mutlaping?
Uma ukhuluma ngosisi ke ukhuluma ngaye ke usisi lona umhlaping.
Angeke ngimkhombe inkosi enkantolo ngoba ngangimqala ngambona la ngicela ngala. Angazi noma nguye nalo bekuzokhuluma lapha phambi inkosi enkantolo ngenzeka mhlawumbe.
I wouldn't know, my lord, because I was seeing her for the first time that day. I wouldn't be able to point her out. I also don't know whether she is the very same lady that came to testify here in court.
Yes, after you were offered a seat, what happened next?
Eseshilo ke usisi ukuthi hlala phansi kwasekwenzekani?
Ngahlala lapha esitulweni ngahlala ngoba ngibhekele phansi mlehleli lapha ngosasiqhelelene ngedistance so.
I sat down, my lord, and as I sat, I was looking down, and we were a distance apart from each other.
Ngale kwetafula kuhleli umama omlungu ngamfica ecofile laptop ebhala ngazi ukuthi wenzani lapha izinto ayizenza.
On the other side of the table, it was the white lady, my lord. He was busy on her laptop. She was also writing on the side, not knowing what it is that she was busy with.
And then when you're saying there was another lady on the laptop, are you referring to Miss Vivian Cronje, who came to give evidence in this court?
Ingabe ukhuluma ngaye yini umama uVivian Cronje oweza ke naye la enkantolo ezokuthula ubufakazi?
Naye inkosi enkantolo ngifana ukuthi ngane nomkhombo ngambona ngalo ngale akaze akhiphe ngisho imask angazi noma nguye wangena phambi kwenkosi enkantolo wakhuluma noma kusiyangazi ngale nomkhombo ngale inkosi.
Even with regards to her, my lord, I wouldn't be able to point her out because even on that day, she hadn't removed her mask. So I don't know whether she is the very same lady that came to testify here in court or not.
Yes, from that point where you said you were seated looking down, what happened next?
Uhlezi ke ubheke phansi kwasekwenzekani?
babe busy kosenkantolo ngezinto zabo ngingazi ukuthi wenzani mina siposa ngoba wayebhala ne-ID yami ngayibona phe kwetafula kulamaphepha la ngathi wabhala ngepeni aphinda acofile October.
They were then busy with their own stuff, my lord. I don't know what it is that they were doing. She was writing, as I said, busy on the laptop. I even saw my identity document amongst those documents that were there.
Did she introduce herself as a magistrate?
Washo yini noma wazethula yini umama lowo ukuthi uyimantshi?
Angisakhumbuli nkosenkantolo.
I can't recall, my lord.
Did she inform you what was the purpose that you were before her?
Wakuchazela yini ukuthi kwakungani noma kwakuyini injongo noma inhloso yokuthi ube phambi kwakhe ngalelo langa lelo?
Cha nkosenkantolo.
No, my lord.
Did you recall at any stage when you were inside that room, her interacting with you through the interpreter?
Uyakhumbula yini ngalelo langa lelo nikhona ke kulelo camera lelo noma kuleyo room leyo umama loyo ekhuluma nawe kodwa uma ekhuluma nawe esebenzisa utolika?
Nkosenkantolo ngiyathemba mangihleli ngibheke phansi noma ekhuluma usisi wayelethi lokhuza azange ngibheke mhle mangihleli ngibheka lapha phansi ngisithulele. Fanele mekhuluma lento ekhuluma ngiyazi isilungu ngisazi nkosenkantolo.
So uthi kwakumele usisi yebo?
Yes,
my lord, as I was seated there, looking down, she would be addressing in English, and I don't understand our English. Yes, the lady would then have had to convey to me what was being said.
Okay, let me ask you in this way. Was the lady, Ms. Mutlaping, conveying message that was being said by the magistrate to you?
Angikubuza ngalendlela ke usisi lona ke isibongo sakhe ekuMutlaping ingabe yena wayendlulisa umlayezo yini noma wayesho lokho okwakushiwo umama lona womlungu yena abese ngidlulisela kuwena?
Ngizosho njalo nkosenkantolo ngoba ezothi ngicela ubuke la uthile negama lakho elibhala ngithi mina yile gama lami elibhala thina okay.
I would say so, my lord, because for an example, she would then point out to the document and say to me, look here, is this your name written here? I would then say yes.
In what language was she communicating with you?
Usisi loyo ke iluphi ulimi ayekhuluma nawe ngalo?
Ngingasho nkosenkantolo ekhuluma isiZulu phela ngangimuza methi angibuke igama lami ukuthi yilo leli elibhalwa ngithi mina yebo.
I would say, my lord, that she was speaking in isiZulu because I would understand, or I could understand when she says, look here, is this your name? I would then say yes.
Okay. Can you inform this court who was in that particular room?
Awutshela lenkantolo ukuthi lapho kulelo camera lelo noma kulelo gumbi lelo ke obani ababe khona?
Nkosenkantolo kwakumama yena lawo mlungu.
The white lady, my lord.
Iyo le ndoda ehleli lapha eceleni kwami lapha ithe nje eqekelele.
This man that was seated there at a distance away from me.
Kube usisi lo angazi mangwena igama umshushisa libizayo.
The lady, my lord, I don't know whether the name that is being called by the prosecutor is her name.
Ngoba mangihleli la kwakunomnyango so umnyango lo wawuvukile ngangikhona ukubona umuntu ohamba maphasethe wakhona umama omlungu ayilokho emile lapha egoqa izandla so omoya.
From where I was seated, my lord, the door would be on my left as the witness is pointing. The door was open. I could see what was happening there, and there was also a white lady there who had their arms folded.
So inside that particular room, I want to understand, inside that room too, there was another white lady. So it means there were 2 white ladies.
Ngifuna ukuzwa kahle ke uthi phakathi kulelo gumbi lelo ke angithi kwakuwumuntu umthu bashiya ukuthi kwakuwumuntu umthu uthi kwakunomama ababili abamhlophe.
Hayi umama oyiwalo omhlophe bese
Okay.
umoya osisi lo umuntu omnyama. Bese yiyo lento ehleli lapha. Bese kuba inkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, there was one white lady, the gentleman that was seated over there, the lady, the other lady on the other side, and then myself.
Umama lo womlungu ngithi ngangimbona epassage not lapha ngangihleli ngakhona ipassage manje wakuvuliwe umnyango lo.
The white lady I'm referring to, I mean, or I'm saying, my lord, that I saw her in the passage because the door was open.
Do you recall at any stage the magistrate talking to Mr. Dominic Njiako?
Uyakhumbula yini sikhona isikhathi la khona umama lo womlungu ekhuluma nobaba umjiyakho?
Nkosi enkantolo angikhumbule mina le ndoda noma ngiyibuka so lokhu icofela ifoni yayo.
My lord, I do not recall. Even as I was looking at that man, he was just busy on his phone.
Akaze ngibone ngisho ibhala ngepeni mina ngiyayibhiza ukuthi ngibone icofa ifoni nje.
I never even saw him writing, my lord, or using a pen writing. He was just all the time busy on his phone.
Did you make any reports to the magistrate?
Ukhona yini umbiko owawenza kwimantshi wena ke manje? Ukhona yini owakhuluma noma wakusho kwimantshi? Wena ukhona owakusho kwimantshi noma umbiko owawenza ke?
Mina ngitshela usisi Nkosi enkantolo uthi sisi ngicela ningizamele into zokugeza mase ngihamba lana ngifuna nokufona ngitshela umndeni wami uthi ukuphi.
I made a request, my lord, referring to the lady. I made a request to the lady and said, can you please make arrangements be made that I get some toiletries when I leave here. Also, I would also like to call my family and inform them as to where I am.
Yes. Okay. Is that the only report that you made to the magistrate?
Yiloko kuphela owangidlulisa kwimantshi.
Ilokho kwami Nkosi enkantolo.
That's all, my lord.
You don't have to reveal the identity of the child. Do you have a child?
Asikho isidingo sokuthi uyisho ingane uyichaze ukuthi iwubani noma unikeze imininingwane yengane, but unayo ingane.
Ngathi izingane Nkosi enkantolo nginezingane anginayo ingane nezingane noma nginengane entathu.
I said children, my lord. I never said a child because I've got 3 children.
Did you tell that to the magistrate?
Wakusho lokho kwimantshi.
Ngithi mina ngangitshena usisi ukuthi usisi wayehambisa yini kuloyo emtshena angazi.
I am saying, my lord, I was conveying to the lady as to what it is that the lady was then conveying to the other one. I don't know because I do not understand English.
Okay, it's fine. Did you tell that to the lady?
Wakusho lokho kusisi lo kweyingane. Kusisi lo othi wena wamtshela wamtshela ngeingane.
Uma ngithi Nkosi enkantolo ngicela into zogeza ngicela nokufanele umndeni wami ekhaya ngifanele nezingane. Anginayo ingane yodwa Nkosi enkantolo mina.
If I said, my lord, that I made a request for toiletries to call my family as well as children, I don't have a child.
Okay, let us proceed. How were you dressed on the date in question?
Wawugqoke kanjani ngalelo langa lelo?
Ngangakashiji Nkosi enkantolo ngasaqoza nezimpahla lokho ngizisho phambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
I hadn't changed, my lord. I was still wearing the very same clothes that I have been describing or telling the court about.
From the 16th of June 2020.
Kusukela ngazo i-16 kaJune 2020.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
So what happened to the clothes that Mabena took at the time when you were being assaulted at some stage?
Kwenzekani ke ngalezi owawuyigqokile ezathathwa uMabhena ngale yankathi owawushaywa ngayo? Kwenzekani ngazo zona?
Nkosi enkantolo impahla zilahleke police station eVerere.
My lord, the clothes got lost at the Valeria police station.
So are you telling this court the clothes were not taken on that particular day during that assault?
Ingakutshela lenkantolo yini ukuthi impahla lezo azange zithathwe ngalelo langa lelo nkathi owawushaywa ngalo.
Ngiyethemba phambi kwenkosi enkantolo sengikhulume kaningi ukuthi impahla ngayithola ngoJuly 13 nginewa nguButhelezi noLebogile.
My Lord, I think I have said it many times that when I received the clothes, it was on the 13th of July when they were given to me by Buthelezi and Lebogile.
Lesikhathi ngangithola impahla zokushintsha nkosi enkantolo ngalanga lelo nento zokugeza.
It was on that day when I received clothes to change as well as some toiletries, my Lord.
I believe you're in court when the magistrate and the interpreter were giving evidence in this court.
Ngiyakholwa ke ukuthi inkathi umama lona okhuluma ngaye uthi lo wemlungu owayehlezi ngale nosisi lo okhuluma ngaye uthi wawukhuluma kuyena wena lo owutolika inkathi bela inkantolo befana ngobufakazi ubukhona ngithi uhlezi lapha ukhona inkathi bela inkantolo.
Yebo nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
And you'll agree with me there's a big difference when someone is present and when someone is not present.
Futhi ke uzovuma ke ukuthi kunomehluko omkhulu phakathi kokuthi umuntu ukhona nokuthi umuntu akekho. Kunomehluko lapha. Into ezimbili lezo ezahlukile. Ukuthi ukhona umuntu nokuthi akekho. Akusiyona into eyodwa leyo.
Akusinto yodwa nkosi enkantolo mawukhona ukhona mawungekho awukho.
It is so, my Lord. When you are there, when you are present, and when you are not there, you are not there.
And then, on your behalf, your advocate or your attorney, Mr. Mngomezulu, put it to the magistrate that Mr. Mjiako was not in room 2 at Boksburg in front of Magistrate Kronje.
Manje ke sekukhuluma ummeli wakho ukhulumela wena manje ngamagama usho lokho akuthola kuwena noma ade kushiwo uwena ke. Ngaleli langa imantshi yayila enkantolo iphana ngobufakazi bayo noma ethula ubufakazi bayo. Wasukuma ke ummeli uMngomezulu wathi etshela imantshi umjiyakho ngaleli langa e24 ka June 2020 wayengekho lapha yana kuleli room leli enanihlezi kulona nina yiloko kwakhulunywa baba uMngomezulu ekhuluma ku magistrate la enkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo akaze ngikuzwe lokho mina ngoba
I never heard that, my Lord, because yebo ngoba
mina nobaba uMngomezulu ngasho ukuthi indoda le ngangingayazi igama la futhi ngangiqala nokuyibona ngiyibona eBoksburg ngazi 24 futhi ayikho into engangayikhuluma ukuyikhuluma nami nayo kuwe ukuyibuza kuphela ukuthi lapho bani ukutshela ukuthi ngizala.
Okay. Because I even informed Mr. Mngomezulu, my Lord, that I saw the gentleman in Boksburg. He was seated there. I did not even speak to him. But the only thing that I wanted to know from the gentleman was, why are you here and who informed you that I am here?
And the magistrate in response said, no, your client must tell the truth. Mr. Mjiako was in that particular room.
Wasephendula ke umagistrate noma ke imantshi iphendula ke kuloko eqeda ukushiwo baba uMngomezulu kuyona yathi cha lo ommele akakutshela iqiniso umjiyako wayekhona ngaleli langa lapha ya kwaba impendulo beya kwimantshi leyo uma uMr Mngomezulu ethi umjiyako wayengekho imantshi yaphendula yathi cha akakutshela iqiniso umjiyako wayekhona. Usho ubungezwe phina awuzo
Nkosi enkantolo angeke ngikwazi ukuphendula umbuzo wababa uMngomezulu ngoba ubaba uMngomezulu yena okhona lapha phambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, I would not be able to respond to Mr. Mngomezulu's question because Mr. Mngomezulu is present here in court.
And that was on the 20th of October 2023, proceedings of 20 October 2023 on page 33.
Lokhu ke akushoyo umshushisi ke akufundayo uyasho ke ukuthi kwenzeka ngazo i20 ku-October kunyaka ondlule 20 October 2023 nala afunda khona ke uthi upage 23 la afunda khona ngamagama lento ayishoyo ayikhulumayo uyifunda phansi ukuthi ke yiloko kwenzeka ngalelo langa.
And it was said that
Yes, my Lord.
Ntanzi was not represented on that day. He does not even know Mr. Mjiako. It's my instruction, that is why I'm still insisting as to to the right of legal representation.
Ifundeka ngale ndlela ke ukuthi ke uNtanzi wayengamelwe ngalelo langa lelo, wayengekho ummeli wayemele uNtanzi ke, ingakho ke ngisakhuluma ngalo ke ilungelo lommeli.
Nkosi enkantolo lapho ngayiphendula. Nkosi enkantolo kube lo muntu wayengimele. Wayezotshela umagistrate ukuthi angifonise, anginikeze izinto zokubheka. Ukhomba khona ukuthi vele wayengangimele. Ayikho vele into engangakhuluma, akekho umuntu wayemthumile vele. Wayenze ngobugebengu bakhe nkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, to prove that I was indeed not represented, if he was representing me, then he would have spoken to the magistrate, informed the magistrate to allow me to make a phone call, to allow me to be able to get toiletries. Just to prove that he wasn't representing me, it was just out of his own crookedness that he was there.
So, from that answer you just gave this court, you are now aligning with his absence inside room 2.
Kuloko qeda ukuphendula manje, ngamanye amagama ke uyavumelana ke nokuthi wayengekho lapha yana ngalela. Uma nje umuntu ethatha lempendulo qeda unikeza manje, usuyahambisana ke nalokho kokuthi umji yakho wayengekho lapha yangaleli yalanga.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi mina. Ngithi lo muntu wayehleli lapha. Lapha phakathi ehleli kodwa lapha ecelele, ecelele. Ukube mhlambe wayezongisiza. Engayifela amtshela umama lo umlungu ukuthi before wenze zonke izinto ngicela umuntu nimnikeze into zokugeza nimfonisi. Njengoba manje mangaphamisa isandla ngicela kwinkosi enkantolo manje. Ubaba uMngomezulu ngakhuluma inkosi enkantolo ngicela usize lo muntu.
My Lord, I repeat that the gentleman was in the office, he was seated there on the side, and if it was that he was there to assist me, then he would have informed the white lady that before you proceed with anything, please allow this gentleman to make a phone call for him to get toiletries. Even now, if I was to raise my hand and make a request, Mr. Mngomezulu would then address the court with regards to that.
Now let us proceed. Were there any police officers inside room 2?
Ngaphakathi lapho asikhulumi ke ngaphandle noma ke passage kodwa phakathi lapho kuleyo room leyo ayekhona amaphoyisa ayephakathi.
Umhana wayengena phinda aphuma ngithi.
Mukhane would come in and go out again, my Lord.
Angena khulume naye umama lo omlungu aphinda aphuma ungazi ukuthi kwenzwana.
He would come in, speak to the white lady, go out again, and I wouldn't know as to what was happening.
Was it at the time you just entered that particular room, or it was at the time you have maybe entered that room after 20 minutes?
Ingabe lokho kokuthi angene akhulume abese yaphuma kwenzeka kamuva nje kokuthi uqeda ungena noma kwenzeka asithi mhlambe emuva ko 20 minutes usungenile kulelo room?
Nkosi enkantolo mangena ngihlele mina bekhuluma umkhano wayesekhona la mabengeza kuma bekhuluma into abakhuluma ngazi ngeze ukuthi kuthiwa la phela mina isilungu angisizwe.
My Lord, as I came in, sat there and they were speaking. Mukhane was there, my Lord, speaking whatever it is that they were talking about, because I could not understand, because I do not understand English.
Did he leave that particular room too?
Ingabe waphuma yini kuleyo room leyo uMukhane?
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda mangena ekhuluma aphinda aphuma anti angizi ukuthi kuthiwa noma khona into ayelanda noma uyakupha phinde ngiyothi ngimbona la ngengena phinda akhuluma kuphinda aphuma ngazi umuntu ikhuluma.
As I'm saying, my Lord, that he would come in, he would speak, I wouldn't know or understand what was being spoken about, whether he was being sent to go and fetch something. He would go out, he would come back again.
Tell me, did he come once or twice or thrice?
Asithi umengena aphume abuye aphinde futhi aphume ukwenze ihlandla elilodwa lokho kwenza amahlandla amabili noma ukwenza amahlandla amathathu.
Angeke ngikwazi Nkosi enkantolo kwabala amahlandla uma ngikhumbula mina ngena naye la ungena wakhuluma nalo mama omlungu wakhuluma waphuma waphinde wabuya waphinda ngazi ukukhulunywa ngane waphinde waphuma phinde wabuya emvela lokho waphinde waphuma ngibangisambona ke emvela lokho uzowabuya after sengiphumile.
My Lord, I would not be able to count the occasions and say how many times he did that. But as he came in with me, he spoke there to the white lady. He went out. He came back. He went out again. Then there was a time that he came back again and went out. And after that, I did not see him again. He only came in again after I had left the room.
And then, on the proceedings of the 20th of October 2023, this is what Mr. Mngomezulu said to magistrates.
Umlaleleke lokhu manje azokufunda ke azokusho umshushisi uthi sisekulona ke leli langa langa ei20 ka October 2020 kulonyaka ophelile ukuthi ke yilokhu okwashiwo uMr Mngomezulu ekusho kuyena ke kuyona imanje inkathi yayila enkantolo.
Yebo Nkosi enkulu.
Yes my lord.
On page 95. All that was happening there, it happened in the presence of the police. 2 or 3 police that were there, Mukhane and 2 metro police officers.
Yilokhu ke okulandelayo okwashiwo ke ummeli wakho uMr Mngomezulu ekusho kuyona ke imanje ethi konke okwakwenzeka noma konke okwenzeka ngaleli yalanga kwenzeka noma kwakwenzeka kunamaphoyisa amathathu aphakathi kulelo room lelo uMukhane kanye namaphoyisa amabili emetro. Yiloko akusho uMr Mngomezulu ekusho kuyona imanje ila enkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngethemba uMngomezulu ibeke ngesilungu leyo ngayicacisa.
Okay, asingacha. My lord, I hope that Mr. Mngomezulu said that in English. I can explain that. Ungacha.
Okay. So
Khuluma.
uma Nkosi enkantolo ngena la umnyango mina wangakavala babemile vele uJonathan nalo bhuti engamazi igama lakho lo nomzimba ngilazi igama.
When I entered, my lord, yes, the door was not closed, or it hadn't been closed yet. Jonathan and the other gentleman, the well-built gentleman, were standing there, the witness pointing towards the door. Yebo.
Ngoba umkhane ekhuluma nomama omlungu lengene ephuma nje laba bamila ngithi lana ngiyababona mangijikisa ikhanda ngiyababona ngithi lana ngafa.
As Mukhane was speaking to the white lady, coming in and going out again, as I would be turning my head, I would be able to see, or I would see these 2 standing over there. Kuphi bemi khona lapho bemi kuphi?
Lapha emnyango Nkosi
At the door,
emnyango,
my
umnyango
lord,
ongemuva.
because the door was behind me. Yebo.
Emveni kwalokho Nkosi enkantolo umkhane mevula umnyango ngene ephuma ngiyababona bayavela ngithi bami la emveni kwalokho umkhane sephuma esehamba angani umnyango wawuvala noma awuvalanga kodwa umnyango nawubuyisiwe angazi mawuvala ibhaqa or ongavalanga thaqa.
And thereafter, my lord, as Mukhane was coming back, opening the door, I would then be able to see them, my lord, as he was opening. When he left the office again, or the room again, I don't know whether the door was closed or it was just slightly pulled, my lord.
Ngoba nalapha sengisuma sengihamba ngathi mangivula umnyango lo babe khona la bemile.
And when I stood up, my lord, and the door was being opened, when just opening the door, I could see them. They were standing right there at the door.
I'm glad that you mentioned that the door was closed.
Kuyangithokozisa-ke, kuyangijabulisa-ke ukuthi ukusho-ke ukuthi umnyango wawuvaliwe.
So behind that closed door, it was Mr. Mjiyako, Mr. Ntanzi, Mrs. Mutlaping, and Magistrate Kronje.
Manje-ke nanjengoba isiqapha lesi sivaliwe-ke ngaphakathi-ke noma ngale kwalesiqapha esivaliwe-ke kwakuno-Mr. Mjiyako, uMr. Ntanzi, uMrs. Mutlaping kanye-ke nomama lona-ke omhlophe uMrs. Kronje.
Yebo.
Yes.
So it is incorrect to say all that was happening there, it happened in the presence of the police.
Manje-ke akusilona iqiniso uma kuthiwa-ke konke lokho okwakwenzeka noma lokho kwenzeka ngalelo langa kwenzeka amaphoyisa ephakathi ekhona elaphakathi. Akusilona iqiniso uma kushiwo kanjalo.
Nkosi enkantolo uma umama omlungu ebhala ngingazi ukuthi ubhalana ngingasho mina kummeli wamthamo phoyisa ayekho noma ngiyawabona nakamaso umnyango uvale after.
My lord, if the white lady is seated there, she is writing, and I don't know what it is that she is writing. I can then say to my lawyer that the police were there because I was able to see them, and the door was not closed. The door was only closed afterwards.
At what stage was the door closed?
Uma uthi umnyango uvalwe kamuva nini?
Angisazi isikhathi Nkosi enkantolo ngoba mangihleli lami nomama la ucofile ukuthopa ke beyabhala beyasukuma naye aphume ngalo le tafula lakhe akhulume nomama omlungu lo yasepassagini. Angazi kwakhulunywa mina Nkosi.
I don't know, my lord, because I was looking down. The lady was busy on her laptop. She was writing. She would stand up from the table from where she was seated, go over to the white lady that was standing there, speak to her. So I don't know, my lord, what it is that they were talking about.
Now it's fine, let us proceed. Okay. The time you say she stood up and spoke to another white lady, was it at a time after you have given her that particular report that you wanted to take a bath and you wanted to contact your family?
Nkathi esukuma umama lo omhlophe eyokhuluma nomunye umama loya omhlophe lokho kwenzeka emuva kokuthi usumnikeze umbiko wokuthi ke ufisa ukuxhumana nomndeni wakho futhi ke uyafisa nokuthi ke ugeze.
Ngosenkantolo lokho kugeza ngukhulume mina sengihleli phansi engakasubehlele ngale ngitshena uSento sisi anganoma ungangisiza ngicela ke ngiphi into zokugeza ningifonise.
The issue, my lord, of me conveying that I would like to take a bath, I said that when I was seated down, conveying it to the lady that was next to me, and that lady was still, the white lady was still seated there, my lord.
Ngamtshela ngathi lokhu ngabosha ngoJune 16 akaze ngigeze.
Whether you can assist me with some toiletries or me taking a bath, and I also further informed her that since the 16th of June, I hadn't taken a bath.
And then was the door closed at that stage when you made that particular report?
Ngaleso sikhathi leso utshela usisi lo oseduze kwakho ukuthi ke angazi noma ungangisiza yini angaze ngeze kusukela nge-16 zika June. Uma ukusho lokho umnyango wawuvaliwe.
Angiqalazanga ngosenkantolo.
I didn't look around, my lord.
But you managed to look around that the door was opened and then you noticed another lady standing on the passage and you also noticed the police officers at some stage.
Kodwa ke uqalazile wabona ukuthi kunalo mama womlungu omile lapha yana ke ugoqe izandla zakhe kunamaphoyisa futhi amile khona lapha yana.
Ngiyathemba ngosenkantolo umshushisi useyangilahla mama. Ngithe mina umama wayengamile namaphoyisa eminyango lapha mangihleli so kune passage so uyambona umuntu oyala umnyango engangena ngawo nako ngemuva. Angenanga ngepassage.
The prosecutor of the state is now confusing me. What I said was that from where I was seated, there was a passage, the witness pointing to his left, and then there was also a door, the witness now pointing to the back. And I did not say that the white lady was standing with the police officers.
And on the 20th of October 2023, it was put to the magistrate that my instructions is that he has never or did not attach any initials and he did not sign any statement.
Ngazo?
It's on page 71.
Ngazo ke sisekulona ke ilanga langa i-20 zika October kulonyaka ke ondlule ngathi ke ummeli wakho eshoko kwimanje ngathi ila enkantolo ke ukuthi wena uthini ke ukuthi ke ngazo ngalo lelo langa lelo usho wena ke ukuthi ke awusayindanga lapho futhi ke awabekanga futhi ke nama initials ke ukubeka ukuthi uma igama lakho liqala ngobongani uzobeka ke uB ama initials la ukuthi awukwazi ukwenze lokho initials and signature.
There's any initials and he did not sign any statement.
Yeah, ukuthi ka uzange ubeke ke ama initials wakho nokuthi futhi usayinde istatement
especially in front of you.
Kakhulukazi phambi kwakho ushiwa kuyona ke imanje ngathi yela enkantolo. So wena okushoyo ukuthi awukazi usayinde istatement phambi kwakhe nokuthi futhi ke ubhaleke mhlawumbe asithi igama lakho ubongani ubhale uB kanjena ke ukuthi awukazi ukwenze lokho.
Ngosenkantolo ngethemba kuba bomngomezulu nalapha mangene eboxini ngikhulumela ngithi ngosenkantolo mina into engayisayina lapha ngasana kuthiwa sayina lapha ukuthi isikhalo sakho uthe ucela ukufonisiwa ngasayina ukuthi kwayiliphi iphepha oyilipha angilazi mina kodwa nali iphepha ngilibonile nesignature sami mina la ngisignature ephelele.
Umuthi nali liphi?
Khona iphepha engingalibona ummeli wami lekhathi engifundela zona lezi phepha lolo phepha.
My lord, what I said was that what I signed on that day, it was when it was said to me, sign here, because this is with regards to the complaint that or the complaint or request that you made that you would like to take a bath or you would like to contact your family. There's also a document that was shown to me by my legal representative where I had appended my signature on.
That is the original document in front of you, say.
Lena ke iyona ke iphepha noma ke document ke ekuyiyona le uqobo lwayo.
Yeah.
On page 1, there's your initial there.
Okay. Where? Okay. Ebona la.
Yebo ngiyabona Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I see, my lord.
Page 2, there's your initial.
Now go page 2.
Yebo ngiyabona Nkosi
Yes, I
enkantolo.
see, my lord.
Page 3, there's your initial.
Yebo ngiyabona.
Yes,
Nkosi
I see, my lord.
Page 4, there's your initial.
Nala.
Yebo
I
ngiyabona.
see, my lord.
Page 5,
Ngiyabona Nkosi
I
enkantolo.
see, my lord.
page 6,
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
page 7,
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
page 8,
Yebo Nkosi
Yes, my
enkantolo.
lord.
and then on page 8, there on top where it says deponent, do you recognize that signature there?
Okay, right at the top.
Yes.
Okay, lapha phezulu.
Ngiyathemba lapha Nkosi enkantolo ngivumile ukuthi signature yami ngoba ngangisanele ukuthi ngifuna into zokugeza.
I trust, my lord, that even here before the court, I did admit that this is indeed I confirm that this is my signature. I was signing here because that I was saying that I was requesting for toiletries.
Page 10. You have page 10 there? The statement, no?
Statement. It ends with page 9 of 9. And then the next page is
Is the performance. The statement. This page 3 there?
the following pages are the certificates.
I'll borrow you a copy.
Sorry, my lord, I'm going to object at this stage. My learned colleague now has ventured into asking the witness about the annexure to the proforma. We are only now dealing only with the proforma, my lord, as the court proceeds.
Yes, sir.
As the copy, my lord, I did not want to ask about the contents of the. I wanted him to identify only the initial in that particular statement, but it's fine. I'll let it go.
It's fine, you're withdrawing it.
I'll withdraw it. Magistrate Kronje was told that you did not place any initial. At least let's deal with the issue of initials. You did not place any initials in her presence.
Awakutshelwa ke umantshi ekutshelwa uyena ummeli wakho ukuthi angithi wena manje uqeda uvuma ukuthi yebo uyabona ama initials wena kodwa okwashiwo kwimantshi ukuthi wena nje awukaze nje phambi kwakhe wena ukwenze lokhu uqeda uvuma ukuthi ubhale lapha ngale ndlela ebhalwe ngayo yiloko awakutshelwa umantshi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngicela ukucacisa futhi. Ngithi mina Nkosi enkantolo isignature ngeyami. Ngingenzeka mhlawumbe ama-BS la ngawa lapha ngangisaniswa khona ngenkani.
Okay, bambe lapha. My lord, may I repeat this, that I did confirm that the signature is mine, but with regards to the initials where it says BS, it is possible that it happened at the time when I was being forcefully made to sign or being forced to sign.
Nalapha phambi kwenkosi enkantolo akaze ngiyiphike isignature mina le yami full signature. Ngishilo inkosi enkantolo signature ngayisayina phambi kwakhe.
Even here in court, my lord, I never disputed or denied the signature. That is now the full signature. I did say that it is mine.
Into engiyiphikayo le yama-BS ukuthi ngayibhala phambi kwakho. Ngenza mhlawumbe ngayibhala kula maphepha esefike nawo bakudinende ethi ngoba uyishaye ukuthi uhlakaniphile uzosayina lala.
What I'm disputing then, my lord, it is the initials where it is written BS. That it is possible that one, it was when now I was being forced to sign by Gininda, saying that because you think that you are smart, you are now going to sign here.
But I appreciate your explanation at this stage. But initially, when the magistrate was there, it was bare denial.
Ngiyakuzwa lokho okuchazayo. Kodwa ke ngenkathi imantshi ila enkantolo kwakuphika nje kuphela wena uyachaza manje kodwa ke ummeli yena wayekusho ukuthi cha akakaze nje kwanhlobo nje afaka ama initials ukhona wena noma ukuthi afaka ama initials.
Futhi inkosi enkantolo iphambane lapho ukuthi shitomele ayikhulumelanga kahle kume kodwa mina Nkosi enkantolo kungishilo manje ukuthi phambi kwakhe isignature ngiyayivuma engavuma ama BS la ukuthi ngawabhala phambi kwakhe.
Which then means, my lord, that is then where the confusion was or is, maybe the manner in which it was put by the legal representative. With regard to the signature, I confirmed, admitted that it is my signature. It is only with regards to the initials where I said, I disputed it, my lord.
You were there for almost 3 hours or just above 3 hours with the magistrate.
Kwakuwamahora amathathu noma ukweqa nje emahoreni amathathu isikhathi owasichitha nayo imantshi ngaleliya langa.
Angisazi isikhathi seNkosi enkantolo isikhathi sasibukwa nguye. Anganoma lesi sikhathi omshushe sakhuluma ngaso ukhuluma noma wayebuya sukuma hamba buya ezela akhulume nomama omlungu lo aphinde abuyohlala phansi angazi.
I don't know the time, my lord. She might know the time. I don't know whether the state is referring to the time. As she was seated, she would get up, go and speak to the white lady that was standing over there, come back again.
So whilst she was busy with you, she would get up from her chair, go and speak to that lady, come back, then go back, speak to that lady, and come back into the room. Is that what you are saying?
Okushoyo ukuthi inkathi ke ekhulumisana nawe noma ke exoxa nawe wayeba nesikhathi sokuthi asukume la ayehlezi khona ahamba ayokhuluma naloya umama abese yabuya futhi aphinde futhi asukuma ayokhuluma naloya uthi yiloko abayekwenza.
Nkosi enkantolo ngithi namanje wayefika acofile ukuthopa yakhabhala bhala ngoba mina ngangibuye ngembheke kancane ngibheke lapha aphinde asukume ngembone yakulo mama ekhuluma naye.
What I'm saying, my lord, is that she was seated there, she would be busy on her laptop, she would be writing, and I was just looking down. She would then stand up, go to that lady and speak to her.
Ukuthi yini babekhuluma angiyazi futhi angifuni nokuyazi phambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
As to what it is that they were talking about, I don't know. I don't even want to know it before this court.
She was never confronted with that allegation that you are making today.
Insolo lezi ozenzayo namuhla akakaze anikezwe ithuba ke lokuthi aphendule kuzona. Ukusho ukuthi ngaleli langa awayeze ngalo la enkantolo akaze kushiwo kuwena ukuthi wena ngaleli langa wawuthi ukhuluma noNtanzi usukume kuleso situlo ohlezi kusona uhambe uyokhuluma naloyana owayemi lapha. Akusho umshushisi ukuthi ivele kokuqala lo daba livele kokuqala manje njengoba kukhuluma wena akasinikwa ngesikhathi sokuthi yena akaphendule kulezo insolo leso.
Ngiyathemba ngephambi kweNkosi enkantolo nami nginomlomo ukuzikhulumela.
I believe that, my lord, as I am before this court, I also have my mouth to speak for myself.
Ngoba ngize lapha eboxini bengeke ngize lapha eboxini bengakazi ukuzikhulumela.
Which is why I then came to the witness dock, my lord. I would not have done that if I was unable or was not able to speak for myself.
That is not in dispute, sir.
Akukho ke akubangiswa lokho.
But there's a procedure in this court.
Kodwa ke kunendlela yokwenza kule nkantolo. Noma ke kunohlobo oluthize izinto ezenziwa ngayo la enkantolo.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaxoxa Nkosi enkantolo. Mina njengomuntu oqala ukuboshwa ndlela umshushisi sekhuluma ngani ukuthi uxolo kwema uthi ngimphenduleka.
My lord, as someone who is being arrested for the very first time, if it is that I then didn't speak well to the state, then my apologies.
That's why you said you wanted to show respect to this court and raise your hand so that attention can be drawn to your legal representatives to take instructions.
Ingakho kushilo ke ukuthi bekuyindlela ke yokutshengisa inhlonipho kule nkantolo ngokuthi ke iphakamisa isandla sakho abese ummeli uyakubona ke lokho acela ithuba enkantolo ukuthi ke akahamba yolalela ukuthi ufisa ukuthini noma yini oyikhulumayo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyathemba ukuthi ubaba uMngomezulu ngoba ehleli lapha manje ukusuka lapha aphindayele kuzobe sengathi akuhlonitshiwe nalapha phambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I believe that for Mr. Mngomezulu, where he is seated, for him to move from there, approach me, then go back again, that would look like, my lord, or seem like there's no respect before this court.
Okay. Before the court proceedings, why did you not bring it under his attention?
Asithi kanjena ke ngaphambilini kokuthi inkantolo iqaleke kungani ungamtsheli ke uma kuyilokho qedwe kusho manje ngaphambi nje kokuthi ke umehlulo langeneke lapha yana kungani ke ukuthi ungamtsheli.
Ngiyathemba ubaba uMngomezulu umuntu masehlela ekhuluma ezinye izinto ziyabuya ukuthi lo muntu lo ngizombuza ngayo iphi indlela mina ngifundelanga ngobulo baba uMngomezulu wazi ukuthi ngizohamba ngayo iphi indlela.
I don't believe, my Lord, that when someone is already seated here and speaking, then it is for Mr. Mngomezulu to then figure out as to how it is that I'm going to approach this person or ask this person. I am not trained for that. I did not go to school for that.
It's fine, we'll move on. It is on record now.
Sizoqhubeka-ke.
But that fact that the magistrate left her seat to go and speak to another person, it is new evidence, and I am putting it to you that you are tailoring evidence.
Lobufakazi lobu bokuthi imantshi yayithi inkathi ihlezi phansi ikhuluma nawe ibhala noma yenza lokho kwenzayo ukuthi yayisisukuma-ke ihambe iyokhuluma nomunye umuntu ubufakazi obusha lokho. Inkantolo iyaqala ukuthi ubuzwe lo bufakazi, ubufakazi nje wena-ke oyikhandela bona.
Angikhandeli Nkosi enkantolo mina ngikhuluma ngento eyayenzeka ngikhona ngathi Nkosi enkantolo.
I'm not tailoring it, my Lord. It's something that happened in my presence, my Lord.
Further put it to you that your version is misleading.
Futhi-ke nokuthi le nkulumo wena-ke onikeza ngayo la enkantolo ukuthi-ke inkulumo nje ekhohlisayo-ke noma-ke elahlekisa inkantolo noma elahlekisayo nje ekhohlisayo.
Mina Nkosi enkantolo ngikhuluma iqiniso lokho kusho ngumshushisi indlela abona ngami mina ngikhuluma iqiniso kwangisho Nkosi enkantolo.
I am telling the truth, my Lord. That which is being said by the state, that's how the state sees it, but I'm telling the truth.
You said at some stage, or at all times, okay, let me get this right from you so that I don't misquote you. You said you were looking downwards.
Ushilo umukhuluma wathi wawubheke phansi. Inkathi wahlezi lapha yena wahlezi ubheke phansi.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngangihlele ngibuka lapha izandla zami Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord, I was seated there just looking here, also looking at my hands, my Lord.
And when the magistrate says, note details of deponent general appearance, mood, any noteworthy, she said, deponent is confident, making good, direct eye contact.
Umebhala-ke laphayana-ke umantshi ukuthi-ke akabhaleke achaze isimo-ke nendlela-ke obukeka ungayo ngaleliya langa. Wabhala phansi-ke ukuthi-ke ubukeka enokuzethemba nokuthi futhi-ke ukubheka khona lento uma ubhekana nomuntu namehlo ubone ukuthi cha lona-ke amehlo ewabalekise, kodwa-ke uthi yena-ke ngesiLungu mabesho bathi i-eye contact kwakhona ukubhekana ngamehlo, ake kuthi wawubalekisa amehlo ubheke eceleni, indlela-ke ayibhale ngayo laphayana.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo uyangiphosisela.
No, my Lord, that she is telling lies.
So why was she not confronted with this?
Uma kuwukuthi wakuphosisela uma esho kungani-ke kungazange kushiwo kuyena ukuthi yabona lokho okubhale la akusilona iqiniso. Kwakungani ukuthi kungashiwo kuyena-ke nkathi ekhona la enkantolo ukuthi nanjengoba ubhale ngale ndlela ukuthi ubukeka enokuzethemba futhi-ke nokubhekana-ke kukhona i-eye contact khona ukuthi cha magistrate ayisilona iqiniso lena, kwakungani kungashiwo kuyena la enkantolo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngicela ungaphendulele baba uMngomezulu Nkosi enkantolo. Baba uMngomezulu uzokwazi ukukhuluma noNkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, I would request not to answer for Mr. Mngomezulu. Mr. Mngomezulu would be able to address the court.
As the court, please, my Lord, I've just been reminded that we have reached the tea time. Can you adjourn for 15 minutes?
Okay, 15 minutes.
So from where she was seated, you could look at her, she could also look at you.
La ayehlezi khona ke sikhuluma ngomama lo omhlophe ke manje ne wawukhona ukuthi umbheke naye akubheke.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo sasingabheka ngizobheka kanjani ngoba ngihlele ngiyibukela phansi mina ngine stress ukuthi angigeze nginokuthi futhi ngilimele lapha ngivuvukela izandla.
No, my lord, how were we going to look at each other? As I was looking down, I was stressed about the fact that I hadn't taken a bath, that my hands were swollen.
Nanokuthi angifone ngifanele abasekhaya bangazi ukuthi ngikuphi ngoba seyihambile insuku June 16 until 24.
And also the fact that I couldn't make a phone call to inform my family as to my whereabouts, and the days had passed from the 16th of June and now it was on the 24th of June.
Sir, can you tell this court, do you have a scar on your right side on your forehead?
Lana kuwena ke esiphongo ne ku side noma kuhlangothi la ngakwesokudla unawo yini umakho nawo noma iscar onaso la ku side la ngakwesokudla la kuwena esiphongweni?
Sikhona Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, there is, my lord.
How did you sustain that particular scar?
Kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi ube naso?
Angizazi mina ngilethe ngikhuleke ngina angizazi ngadliwa yena esimongweni mina.
I don't know, my lord. I grew up like this. I don't know what it is that injured me or hurt my forehead.
Okay, so just on that point, how will the magistrate notice that you have a scar on your forehead on the right side if you were not in contact or looking at each other? Let me put it, not looking at each other.
Awuchazeke ukuthi kwakuzokwenzeka kanjani ukuthi manje ke iqapheleke noma ikubone lokho uma kuukuthi naningabhekene ukuthi akuboneke ukuthi la kuhlangothi la ngakwesokudla esiphongweni unescar onaso.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba noma ngajika ngibuke ngapha ngasebhokisini apha ehlala ngakhona. Ngeke uhlala ungangiboni lento inkulu kakhulu le. Lento ayincane le. Inkulu kakhulu lesesimongweni le.
My lord, I believe that even if I were to turn and look towards the accused dog, you would be able to see that this is not a small scar, this is a big scar.
And then this is what she has to say regarding that particular scar in court. She said, scar healed right side forehead allegedly sustained when he was very young.
Yilokhu ke akubhalileke phansi ukuthi ke sipholileke uhlangothi la ngakwesokudla ke esiphongo futhi ke wathola ke esesemncane.
Uthi siphulile.
Indlela ayichaze ngayo ukuthi ke sipholile futhi kuhlangothi la ngakwesokudla esiphongo nokuthi futhi ke lokho kwatholakala wakuthola ke esemncane. Indlela abhale ngayo le.
Nkosi enkantolo yazi mina iyangimangaza serious. Iyangimangaza ngendlela efundeka ngayo la. Ngoba mina namanje Nkosi enkantolo lethe le ngeke ngikucacisele nami Nkosi enkantolo ngalimala nini wakwenzakala eni.
It is amazing, or it amazes me the manner in which it is being written here, because myself, my lord, I cannot explain as to when this happened. The witness pointing to his forehead.
Ukuthi yena kwakubhalile ukuthathaphi angimazi ngangize futhi onayo azangaze ngibuze na Nkosi enkantolo.
As to where she got this that she wrote down here, I don't know, because she never even asked me.
So you're saying the magistrate was trying to mislead the court when she said you sustained this injury whilst you were still young?
Ingabokushoyo ukuthi imantshi yayikhohlisa lenkantolo umnkathi yayithi wawusemncane nkathi uthola lokulimala.
Nkosi enkantolo namanje ngiyasho Nkosi enkantolo ngithi kwamina angizazi Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ngadliwa yini.
I'm still maintaining, my lord, that even myself, I don't know what it is that caused this.
The question is, was the magistrate misleading this court?
Umbuzo uthi ingaba imantshi lena yayikhohlisa lenkantolo yini nkathi ayisho kanjalo.
Wayengikhulumela iphutha Nkosi enkantolo bangazange ngibuze.
She was making a mistake, my lord, because she never asked me.
And then was she challenged on this?
Esekushilo ke lokho waphikiswa yini mayelana lokho? Mhlambe aphikise noma abuzwe mayelana lokho.
Angazi inkosi enkantolo ngoba ziningi izinto ezibuziwayo ezikhonywa phambi kwenkosi enkantolo angisakhumbuli.
I don't know, my lord. A lot of things were said or asked before this court. I cannot recall.
Kodwa ngoba ngikhona phambi kwenkosi enkantolo manje ngiyasho ukuthi mina la azange ngibuze nokwamina angizazi straight ngadliwa yini.
But now that I'm before this court, my lord, I can tell this court that even myself, I don't know what it is that caused this, my lord.
I put it to you then that what you are telling this court regarding that particular scar, it is new evidence and you are tailoring evidence. Mrs. Kronje was never challenged regarding this.
Mina ke ngikutshela kona ke manje ukuthi mayela nalolo daba lolo ke ukuthi lokho kushoyo ubufakazi obusha ukuthi uyabakha njena ke ubufakazi bakho ukuthi uMiss Kronje noma ke imantshi lena nkathi la enkantolo ayizange iphikiseke noma ibuzwe ngalokho akubhalile phansi ukuthi ebhala ngalesi sikali lesi.
Nkosi enkantolo mina ngisho ummeli wami baba uMgomezelo akazange angibuze la ukuthi ngadliwa yini. Ungibona nje kuphela ukuthi nginesibazi esimonga akazange angibuze nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, even my legal representative, Mr. Mgomezulu, never asked me. He only sees that I've got this scar, but he's never asked me, my lord, as to what happened.
Do you have any other scar?
Sikhona esinye unaso?
Kuphika mhlawumbe.
Where exactly?
On your face?
Ebusweni bakho?
Mina ibale ngalo nalo nkosi enkantolo leli. Leli la.
Uh,
Mhlawumbe nawe uyabona.
It's only this one, the witness pointing right on top above the nose, my lord. That's in between the eyes.
So it's 1, 2.
Yeah, but leli naleli ngilaziyo mina.
Yes, it's this one and this one that I know of, my lord.
And then the magistrate also noted that small above the left brow, both healed.
Iloko futhi na akubhalile ke umantshi ukuthi ke ileli ke encane nje ngaphezulu nje kweso leli ke noma kweshiya ke leli uthi omabili ke apholile. Iloko akubhale phansi. Noma aphola.
Angimazi nkosi enkantolo ukuthatha mina lokho akukhuluma nkosi enkantolo ngoba mina nasi esami isibazi nasi esinye lezi namanje angizazi ngadliwa yini ngeke nje ngiqambele enkantolo manje ngashawa umuntu ngazange ngamato engishaya ngisuka.
Yeah, I don't know where she got that from, my lord, but yes, indeed, the witness pointing the one in the middle and then pointing to his right side. But as to where I got these from, I don't know.
So will you say this is a person who was not in contact, direct contact with the magistrate?
Uzothuma ukushoka lokhu noma ukuchaza lokhu ukuthi ke kwangasiyena umuntu owayeqondene noma ebhekene nayo imantshi uma ukuthi imantshi yabhala ngalendlela noma yabona lezi zinto ukuthi uzothi kwangasiyena umuntu lona owayebhekene nayo imantshi.
Ngiyethemba nkosi enkantolo mangihlele la ngoba ngihlele la ngihlele ngibhebhazi ngizoba nesikhathi sokuvuka ngibheke le phambili ngiphinde ngibheke phansi ngiphinde ngibukele angeke ngihlale ngibhebhazi lapha mina ngalivusa ikhanda iyakhathala phela intamo uma uyibhekise phansi.
I believe, my lord, that when I'm seated here and looking down, I won't be looking down all the time. There would be an occasion or times that I would lift my head, my lord, maybe look on the side because the neck will get tired by looking down all the time.
So why did you not give that answer when I ask you if you were making direct eye contact with the magistrate? You say that at some stage you look at her and you look down, you look on the sides.
Kube ngani ke ukuthi nkathi ke ngikubuza ukuthi nani bhekene yini nemantshi unganikezanga ngale mpendulo oqedwe unikeza manje ukuthi kwakuba nenkathi la engangiphakamisa khona ikhanda ngibuke eceleni ngiphinde ngibheke phansi futhi kungani kungashongo ngaleyo ndlela kaqala.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba mangithi ngikubhekile ngikubheka so ukubheka lokho ngenzwe njengoba ngibuka usisi ngibhekile so ngibhekile straight
My Lord, I believe that when I say that I've got contact or I'm looking at you like this, the witness indicating, pointing towards the court register, that like this, now I'm looking at this lady, that it means in isiZulu.
Let's proceed. We'll argue that point later. The opponent's comments, my lord, were on page 5 of 9 of Exhibit JJ. Your comment was both sustained as a small child when my grandmother tried to hit a chicken and the blow landed in my forehead.
Lana ke kukhona okwabhala imantshi noma ke okubhalwe yona ke imantshi. Uthi ke okushiwo ke noma ke okuphuma kuwena. Yebo, ngokubili ke ngakuthola ke ngiseyingane encane kwakungenkathi ke ugogo ezama ke ukuthi ke ashaye inkukhu wase eshaya mina ke esiphongo.
Nkosenkantolo okube mhlambe ubhalile ukuthi ugogo muphi bengasho ugogo mnozalo baba ngumazi.
My lord, if there was specific mention of which grandmother, because my grandmother, my father's side, that is now my father's mother, I don't know her.
Ngoba nangokuhlakanipha kwami nangihlala ekhaya komama ngiqala nje ukuhlakanipha ngikhulela ekhaya komama ekhaya ngiyamanje manje so 2003 mangaphosisi.
And as I grew up, my lord, I grew up from my grandmother, that is now on my mother's side. Going to my father's side, I think if I'm not making a mistake, it started around 2003.
Let's proceed. And then she testified regarding this. What I just read to you, she spoke about it in this court.
Lokho ngiqeda ukufunda manje ngithi ke ikona kusho ke ekhuluma ngogogo ke yinto futhi ayikhulumile noma ayikhuluma khona la enkantolo. Usho ukuthi ke akuphelelanga nje ukuthi ekubhalile lana ke kodwa ke wakhuluma nangako la enkantolo.
Yebo.
Yes.
Did you hear that part?
Ingabe wakuzwa yini lokho? Ume kusho?
Angisakhumbule mina nkosenkantolo.
I can't recall, my lord.
So you cannot recall when she was giving evidence here in court?
Awukhumbuli inkathi ethula ubufakazi bakhe la enkantolo?
Ngiyakhumbula nkosenkantolo ekhona la.
I recall her being here, my lord.
But you don't recall this part of her testimony?
Kodwa le ndawo lena mayelana nobufakazi bakhe awuyikhumbuli yona.
Ngithi nkosenkantolo ngoba ngisuke ngihleli lapha nje ziningi izinto ekhunya enkantolo imibuzo malokho ibuziwe angeke ngifake zonke izinto engqondweni nami nkosenkantolo ngumuntu kuyangena kuyaphuma nkosenkantolo.
I am saying, my lord, when evidence is being led here in court and I'm seated there are things that I would hear, certain things I wouldn't hear, my lord. A lot of questions are being asked here in court, so it's not everything that I would then be able to grab, my lord.
Was this document not read to you by your legal representatives?
Ummeli wakho akaza kufundele yini lokho konke nje sikhuluma ngayo yonke le lamaphepha la akaza kufundele yona.
Nkosenkantolo namanje ngiyaphinda ngithi le ndoda le yayihle lapha umlomo wami ayiwazi ukube mhlambe yafika ke police station ngabe ngiyatshela nkosenkantolo ukuthi hayi wakwafika ngoba ngisho ecourt eRustenburg azange ngaqonda le ndoda le until
not interfering. I think you're talking at cross purposes. Just explain which male you mean, because the way I understand you, you're referring to Mr. Ngomezu. And he is referring to another male.
Another mate, yes.
Umehluleli uyamcela ke ukuthi aphinde ngoba uyabona ukuthi uyezwa ukuthi anizwani. Wena ukhuluma ngomunye ummeli, yena kumshushisa ukhuluma yena ngoba uMngomezulu wena uthi akakuphindele nje umbuzo ngoba uyezwa ngempendulo nje yakho ukuthi cha. Akuseyiyona. Yes, angithi wena manje uphendula ukhuluma ngomunye ummeli wena. Kodwa umbuzo lo obuzwayo ummeli wakho uMr Mngomezulu akakazi akufundele yini le phepha le lamaphepha la akazi akufundele yini hayi lo ummeli okhuluma ngaye wena.
Ungifundelele baba Sipho nkosenkantolo.
Mr. Sipho read it to me, my lord.
Mr. Ramosipile.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that story about the chicken and the blow was read to you?
Lokhu mayelana nenkukhu kanye nokushaywa noma ukushayiseka wakufundela nako futhi.
ngamtshela naye ukuthi iphutha leli likhulu.
I also informed him that that was a big mistake.
And then Mr. Mngomezulu, when he was cross-examining Mrs. Kronje,
Nkathi manje ke ubaba uMngomezulu esebuza ke manje imantshi imibuzo.
Yebo.
Yes.
did he read that document to you?
Wakufundela.
Efundela mina noma efundela imatshe.
Reading to the magistrate or
To
to
you.
me. Efundela wena.
Ngiyachaza phambi kwesenkantolo ukuthi la ngangifundela ubaba uSipho ngamchazela ukuthi lento enangiyazi le bhale lapha ngifuthi ngidibane nayo ngiyazikhipha kuyo.
Just informed the court now, my lord, that this was read to me by Mr. Ramusipile, but I then said to him that no, I don't know about this. I'm distancing myself from this.
Okay. So I put it to you that it was not challenged.
Mina ngithi ke kuwena ke akaze abuzwe ke ngayo umantshi lento lokhu maloko obhalwe lana. Akaze ke aphikiswe noma abuzwe ngako lokhu. Nkathi ela enkantolo ethula ubufakazi bakhe.
Angazi kosenkantolo ngoba mina inkosi enkantolo kunye ngibuya ngicela ukuthi uyikhumbule ukuthi ubaba uMngomezulu kuthe uma kuzofika umama lo akubanga isikhathi eside akaze sihlale phansi ngoba wafika vele umama esekhona lo so ngeke ngikwazi ukuphendula ubaba uMngomezulu ukuthi umbuzile noma akambuzanga.
My lord, what I would like to explain to the court is that it was not a long time after Mr. Mngomezulu had come on board, and when he came on board, and that's when the lady was seated here. So we hadn't got in time or had a lot of time to engage.
Ngoba mhlambe ngangiliphethe iphepha le ngangizobuza kuba futhi bengitshela ukubhala ukuthini la bese ngikwazi ukuphakamisa isandla ngimtshela ngicela ukungibuzele lokho okubhalwe.
Because if I had the document in my possession and was able to see this, I would have asked my brothers to explain to me what does this mean. I would then have raised my hand and asked him to ask about this.
Let us proceed. On page 3 of Exhibit JJ, just above paragraph 5, it's written, do you have a legal representative? Do you wish to apply to the Legal Aid Board for assistance? And if so, do you wish to consult with him before making any statement to me? His answer was, Mr. Mijiyako is my attorney.
Kunalo mbuzo obhaliwe la. Unaye yini ummeli noma unesifiso sokuthi ufakeke isicelo kwi Legal Aid Board noma ke ummeli bombuso ukuthi ke uthole usizo uma kunjalo uyafisa ukuthi ukhulumisane nommeli loyo yini ngaphambi kokuthi wenze istatement kumina. Impendulo ke ithi uMr Mijiyako ummeli wami.
Cha inkosi enkantolo ngiyayiphikisa.
No, my lord, I dispute this.
Why?
Ungani?
Angiyazi lento ebhala inkosi enkantolo futhi azange ngize ngibuzwe ngayo.
I don't know about this which is written here, my lord, and I was never asked about it.
Then you go back to your earlier answers. Version that was put in this court that there was no legal representative. It is now aligned with that answer.
Uma sibuyela futhi ke kwimpendulo zakho inikezile ngaphambilini ke kuloko okwashiwo kushiwo ummeli wakho kuyena ufakazi ukuthi kwakungenammeli manje lokho ke kuyahlangana ke naloko ukuthi cha wawungenayo ummeli.
Inkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba lapha sengikhuluma kanenge ukuthi umuntu mayengena ehlala lapha nangalesi sikhathi ngicela into zokugeza kwafanele amtshene umama omlungu lokuthi no uma ukuthi wayezongimela serious ukuthi sacela ukukhuluma nalo muntu lo.
My lord, I think I've said this many times that a person comes in, the person then sits over there, and then now even at the time where if it was indeed that he was there to represent me, then he would have surely said to this lady, can you please then afford me an opportunity to speak to this person?
Let us proceed. You met this gentleman outside the outside room 2. You had a conversation. You even asked him who sent you here.
Uhlange lo mlisa lona ke wahlangana naye ngaphambilini kokuthi ningene ngaphakathi ke kulelo office leli. Ushilo ke nawe ufakazi bakho ukuthi ke wakhulumisana naye wambuza ukuthi uthunyelwe ubani la.
Nkosi enkantolo angimbuzanga mina ngoyewatshena mina.
My Lord, I did not ask him. He's the one who told me.
Mayezothena sawubona ndoda ngizokube ngithunywe ifamily bese ngimbuza mina ukuthi ubani umuntu okuthumile.
Well, he's the one who greeted me. Greetings, gentlemen, sir. I've been sent by your family. I then inquired from him, who sent you?
Mangithi vezi phone yakho ngibona amanamba kamama nakasisi nakabhuti ngiyawazi ngekhanda namanje.
I then requested him to show me his phone so as to see the numbers, because my brother, my sister, as well as my mother's numbers, I know them out of my head, my Lord.
Impendulo yathi ayisobuya sikhulume lokho angena wayihlalela phansi.
The answer was, we will speak about that later. He then went in and he sat down.
Were you seeing Mr. Mjiyako for the first time on the 24th of June 2020?
Ngey 24 zika June 2020 kwakuyihlandla lokuqala yini ubonana naye uMjiyako?
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo yelanga lokuqala.
Yes, my Lord, it was the first time.
Evidence led by Brigadier Gininda in this court that on the 23rd, I've already put this question to you, that he received a call regarding Mr. Mjiyako at Muot police station.
Bese ngikushilo ke noma ngikufundeleke lokhu ngaphambilini ukuthi ke ubufakazi bakhe uBrigadier Gininda buthi ngey 23 zika June wathola ucingo ebizwa khona ke police station yaseMoti.
Namanye Nkosi enkantolo ngishilo ukuthi akulona iqiniso leli iphutha elikhulu kabi.
For that is said, my Lord, that's not true. That's a big mistake.
And as a result, Mr. Mjiyako handed this particular document to...
Sorry, my Lord, the witness is just whispering. He's correct me on something. I said it's a mistake. He says in isiZulu, iphutha refers to lies. But he said it to me whispering. So I'm just correcting that. That's what he's saying. Okay.
So you're saying it's lies?
That's what he's saying, yes.
And a person that makes a lie is a liar?
Umuntu ke oqamba ukuthi asithi umuntu eziphutha ukuthi lo muntu lo umuntu onamanga.
Mangithi uyangiphosesela iphutha ngikhuluma manga ngezulu.
In isiZulu it means that you are telling lies.
So hloniphisa kahle mangithi ayi ngikhulumela iphutha.
I'm saying it in a respectable way.
I think you must refrain from using lies and liar, because you won't appreciate when it's being directed to you.
Ngizothi kuwena ke kuzofanele ke ukuthi ke ukugwemeke ukuthi ke usebenzise lawo magama ngoba ngeke uthande uma mina ke sengiwasa kuwena ke lawo magama lawo.
Phambi kwenkosi enkantolo ngiyasho namanje ngithi inkosi enkantolo yiphutha akulona iqiniso.
Because I am saying before this court, my Lord, that it is a mistake. It's not the truth. Because you don't address an elderly person like that and saying that you are lying, you are telling lies.
I was correcting you. Let's move on. So this is the document that was handed to Brigadier Gininda. You can have a look. It's exhibit YY, my Lord.
That's the this my Lord. My Lord, we are going to this exhibit that is being handed to the witness. It does not have a date stamp of the 23rd of June 2020 when it was allegedly handed over to Gininda by Mjiyako. Furthermore, my Lord, we have time and time asked from the state that we seek records pertaining to that meeting, the OB entries that show from Moat Police Station that on the 23rd, the witness was removed from the cells, booked out for a consultation with a lawyer. We are now sitting here today. That record has never been produced. The records that were finished to us were for the 22nd, the 23rd is missing, and we've got records for the 24th. So this document is meaningless. The witness cannot comment on that document.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, please. My Lord, I'm merely confronting him on the evidence of Brigadier Gininda. If he cannot comment, he cannot comment.
Is it Gininda who handed that document to this court?
Indeed so, my lord.
Yeah, you may proceed.
Lana ke uBrigadier Gininda uthi ke ngalo lelo langa i-23 zika June uma ke efonela ke etshelwa ukuthi nangumji yakho ula ufisa ukuthi akhulumisane nawe waseya khona uthi ilona ke iphepha leli alinikezwa uyena ke umji yakho lapha ke kubhaliwe liyisiqinisekiso leli phepha ke buya ke kwisigunguke esiphethe noma ke abameli abangaphansi kwaso uthi ilona iphepha leli alinikezwa umji yakho ngalelo langa.
Nkosi enkantolo, ngiyalibona iphepha lenkosi enkantolo iphutha leli namanje ngiyasho nje. Lo muntu lo mnakaze afike eme-police station wayetshene ubani ukuthi ngiboshiwe.
My lord, I see the document and on the previous explanation, my lord, I'm going to use the word as the witness said it, corrected me. That is a lie, my lord, because this person didn't come to see me at the police station.
Phela nkosi enkantolo kube serious kwakuyiloya le ayithi ithunywe ifemele. Ngabe namanje into zokugeza azange ngageza ngoJuly ngaphinde ngathola into zokugqoka ngoJuly 13.
If this was a lawyer, my lord, properly so, and he had been sent by my family, then it would not have happened that I only would get to bath in July and as well as having to change my clothes in July.
And then Brigadier Gininda testified in this court that you, out of your own will, introduced Mr. Mjiako to him.
Bethulile ke ubufakazi bakhe kuyona lenkantolo noma phambi kwayo lenkantolo uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi kwaba wena kwaba ukuthanda kwakho kwaphuma kuwena ukuthi kube wena owethula umjiyako kuyena Gininda.
Nkosi enkantolo iphutha la ngangambuza kanjani eBosberg ukuthi lapha ngile Magistrate ngaqala ngambuza kodwa umbani otshena ukuthumela wathi uthunywe ifela ngangambuza kanjani imibuzo enjalo.
My lord, that is a lie, because how would I have then posed the questions or asked him the question in Boksburg as to who sent you here?
Namanje nkosi enkantolo encwadi la ngithi iphutha elikhulu kaphambi nkosi enkantolo.
Even this document, my lord, I'm saying that this is a big lie before this court.
And as a result, the Legal Practice Council confirmed in Exhibit YY1 that indeed Mr. Dominic Tokozo Mjiako is an attorney and also converted at some stage in 2021 to be an advocate through this document.
Khona ke yona ke lena bayachaza ke noma ke
document.
Lana ke isigungu esiphethe ke abameli ukuthi ngempela ke bayavuma ke ukuthi ke Mr. Mjiako uyena ummeli kwase kuthi ke ngayo u2021 yila asemanje ke asengasiyena ke ummeli waba yiadvocate.
Nkosi enkantolo manje ngisabuza mina. Ngisasiphendula ukuthi wayethunywe ubani ayemtshela ukuthi mina ngisejele ngiboshiwe ngoba mina umama mdala kakhulu nkosi enkantolo.
I am still asking myself, my lord, as to who sent him and who informed him that I was in prison or that I had been incarcerated, because my mother is very old.
Ukuthi uyilawyer akasesiyonelwa mina ngixhuma ndawo naye.
That he is a lawyer, he is no longer a lawyer, that is none of my business, my lord.
Where would Brigadier Gininda have obtained that Exhibit YY?
Sorry, my lord, that calls for speculation.
I believe it's a fair question, my lord. If you can comment, you cannot comment, and then we go on. Gininda testified that he was given.
Just for evidential purposes. That document which you say is confirmation from the legal authorities, was it presented by Mjiako in this court? It's not Mjiako. Gininda in this court.
Exhibit YY was presented by Gininda in this court.
Yeah, fine. So you can continue with it because that's his evidence. Whether it's true or lies, you can argue at the end of the case.
Here's the court, please.
Can you repeat?
Where will have Gininda gotten that letter?
Akubeke manje uBrigadier Gininda iletha lena noma ke iphepha leli walithola kuphi?
Angimazi nkosi enkantolo mina.
I don't know, my lord.
On page 1 of Exhibit JJ, the magistrate said you were assisted by Mr. Dominic Ntokozo Mjiyaku. I want to highlight this in brackets, on request and insistence of Mr. Ntanzi.
Lana ke imantshi ibhalile lana ke ku page 1 ukuthi ke elekelelwa umnumzana uDominic Ntokozo Mjiyaku. Kwase kuyabhalwa futhi ke ngaso isicelo sakhe umnumzana uNtanzi noma ngokwesicelo sika umnumzana uNtanzi.
Just let's also
Okay.
I think I'm going to object to it. I've got Exhibit JJ here, and it is written, there's nowhere where I see on request of Mr. Ntanzi. The document that I have does not say Mr. Ntanzi. It's M-Ntanzi.
What does it say?
It says M-Ntanzi.
Does it say on request of, or does it just say MJ Ntanzi?
It says on request of M-Ntanzi.
Yeah, so that's how you must put it, because he
Yes.
is saying,
It says Mr.
Mr. Yeah.
Yeah, but the document says M-Ntanzi.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Mr. Sibande, just put the correct citation.
can I get the original? It's my It says on request and request on an insistence of M, and then there's dash, I don't know, something was written there, Ntanzi, close brackets.
Yes, okay.
That's what is written there.
Uphikiswana ke manje ngokuthi lana kubhalwe ke uMr Ntanzi ngendlela akababona ngayo baphikisana ke la ukuthi akusiyena uR lo ukuthi ke kubhalwe uM kwase kubhalwa Ntanzi. Asikhohlwe ke ngoMr Ntanzi kuthiwa ke ngesicelo sakhe ngesicelo kanye futhi ke nangokusho kwakhe uM kwase kubhalwa Ntanzi.
Ankosi enkantolo mina ngivumelana nalokho okubhalwa Nkosi enkantolo.
I dispute what is being written, what is written here, my lord.
Let's proceed. On the very same page, magistrate noted that you were wearing a blue medical face mask.
Okunye futhi akubhala ke umantshi noma imantshi yakubhala ke la ukuthi wawufake imask eblue.
Nkosi enkantolo lowo mask namanje usekhona lapha emaseleni ejele ke eplastikini empahleni zami umnyama Nkosi enkantolo.
I still have that mask in the plastic amongst my clothes, my lord, in prison. It's black.
I heard that fact that you're wearing a black mask when my colleague Mr. Ramosipilo was leading your evidence in chief.
Lobo bufakazi lobo bokuthi wafake ke imask emnyama ngibizwe nkathi ke uMr. Ramusipile kuyena ke ebe ngamaka ehole ubufakazi bakho.
Bengiphendula inkulumo Nkosi enkantolo bebengibuza ngathi nakaze ngifake umask oblu ngangifaka umask omnyama.
I was answering to what I was being asked, my lord, that I never put on a blue mask. It was a black mask.
The magistrate testified about this blue medical face mask.
Imantshi yona ke yebo thola ke ubufakazi bayo ke mayela nale mask yena ke athi yayi blue.
Manje mina Nkosi enkantolo ngiyakuphikisa lokho ngithi akulona iqiniso.
I'm disputing it, my lord. I'm saying it's not true.
And then you're disputing it for the first time today.
Ukokuqala ke namuhla ukuthi ukuphikisa.
Nalapho ummeli wami engibuza ngangishilo ngathi mangigqoka umask omnyama Nkosi enkantolo.
When I was asked by my lawyer, I did say that I was wearing a black mask, my lord.
Was that fact put to Ms. Kronje?
Kuyena ke uMr. Nye angithi yena la ubhale imask blue wena uthi wawumnyama. Nkathi ke ela enkantolo kwashiwo kuyena ukuthi cha le mask engekho blue yayimnyama. Kwashiwo kuyena.
Ngiyethemba Nkosi enkantolo ngithe mina lapha ngangihleli khona lapha ziningi izinto ezikhulunywa enkantolo. ngeke ngene konke lapha engqondweni nami ukuthi ubuziwe ababuzwanga ngeke ngikwazi ukuphendula lo mpendulo Nkosi enkantolo.
I did indicate, my lord, that whilst seated there, a lot of things are being said and asked here in court, and it's not everything that I would be able to record in my mind, my lord. I cannot tell as to whether she was asked or not.
Even when she read this document, she placed it on record.
Nangenkathi futhi ke yona ke imanje yayila enkantolo yothula ubufakazi bayo ke wakufunda lokho wayifunda lento ihlezi la kulesi situlo kule nkantolo.
Yebo ngiyezwa Nkosi enkantolo.
I hear, my lord.
She also said that on that day, wearing a long sleeve navy blue, in brackets light blue, front top, close brackets, and then she said it had Impala emblem.
Okunye futhi akubhalile ke lana ukuthi ke wawufake itop enemikhono emide navy blue ayibiza ngokuthi ke ne ifront itop yangaphambili noma ke ifront top kwabhala futhi ke ukuthi yayine naloku kweImpala noma ke emblem yeImpala eyayinayo.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngithi vele ibhalo iyabonakala la noma ngama lapha uyangibona ngemhleni njengalo yabhudo hlapha ukuthi hayi ibhalo inesithombe sakhona vele impala la.
Yes, my lord, it's written, it's there. Even if I were to be seated where the gentleman is seated over there, one will be able to see it even has a photo of the of an Impala here.
So do you agree with me that she is very observant?
Uzovumelana ke nami ukuthi ke umuntu obhekisisayo oqaphelayo.
Yena noma mina
Khulunywa ngaye yena imanje le.
angimazi azange ngimhlole lo nto leyo.
I don't know, I never checked or examined there for that.
And then she wrote every detail.
Futhi ke wabhala imininingwane yonke
Yami.
about me or mine.
Yes.
Eh kufanele ayibhala ngithi uphethe ID.
Yes, she had to write them because she had my ID.
But the Impala emblem is not on her ID, sir.
Kodwa ke lokho kweImpala kona akukho kwi-ID yakho.
Nkosi enkantolo mangimila uhleli lapha ngeke uhlale ungangiboni ukuthi ibhalo ukuthini le inekhanda leImpala ibhalo ukuthi Impala mine onke amajacket enkampani abhaliwe la lana enginawo mina Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, if I'm standing here, you are seated over there, there's no way that you would miss this. The Impala head is here, it is written. All the company jackets, my lord, do have that.
And she also wrote tracksuit jacket, blue denim.
Okunye waqhubeka ke wabhala i-jacket ke ye-tracksuit kanye futhi ke ne-denim noma ke i-jean e-blue.
Angithi uyangibona Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, because she could see me.
Good. She also said both hands carved in front of him.
Wasesho futhi ke nokuthi ke izandla zoyimbili ke ifakwe ozankosi noma zilanga phambili kuyena.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And then dash calves loose.
Nokuthi ke ozankosi babengaboshiwe noma bengafasiwe. Noma amakhafu.
Angaqinisiwe. Not tightened.
Ukuthi noma amagama wayengaboshiwe ama-customer ozankosi lapho.
Babe khona la ke.
Yes. Bengaqinisiwe kwena babe loose.
Ukuthi ubalusi mhlawumbe bengaphuma la esandleni.
That they were so loose that they could even be removed from the hand, from the hands.
Ngoba into elusi ngayikhipha lapha esandleni.
Because if something is loose, it's something that I can remove from the hand.
Then they won't serve any purpose if you can remove them. They were loose enough to be on your hands.
Amagama ke uma besho kanjalo kusho ukuthi ke ngendlela babeboshwe ngayo babengaqinisiwe izandla zakho ukuthi ayikwazi ukuthi izandla zakho zingamove babe loose la kuwena ezandleni ukuthi babenza ngaqinisiwe ozankosi lapho yebo babeboshiwe kodwa ke babengaqinisiwe.
Angazi Nkosi enkantolo makaze angitshene umuntu angibadryise kube mhlawumbe wantshela angibadryise mhlawumbe ngabe ngiyavuma ngedayi kwakunjalo akaze angitshene lo nto leyo.
I don't know, my lord, because she had never requested me or said to me that I should move them. If she had, maybe then I would have been able to to comment on that.
Ngoba naphansi ngangifasiwe ngamachain la mara kodwa lo nto akayibhali lo nto la ubhala lokho yena wayekubona mangangivela kuwe kuwafu wakhe.
Because I also had leg irons on, but she didn't write that. She only wrote that which she could see.
That is very interesting. I'm hearing this for the first time.
Ngiyaqala ukuzwa ke lokho manje.
Even when Mr. Ramusipile assisted you to evidence in chief.
Nangenkathi ummeli wakho ke kuyena ke ebekulekelela ngobufakazi bakho ke noma ubuqala ukwethula ubufakazi kuummeli wakho omenge inyawo.
Mina Nkosi enkantolo ngishithi ngangifasiwe la ayikho indlela engangayihamba Nkosi enkantolo ngingafasiwe enyaweni mina.
I did say it, my lord, that I had leg irons on. There was never where I had gone to or traveled where I wasn't in leg irons.
Asikho isiboshwa ngabe ibhadi ngenhla uhambe lapho ungafasiwe wehliswa wenyusa ungafasiwe enyaweni. Hayi.
There is no prisoner. It would just be pure bad luck, my lord, that a prisoner would just go around without leg irons.
Do you recall telling this court that you were also on leg irons on the 8th and the 9th of February 2024?
Uyayikhumbula yini utshela lenkantolo ukuthi nge-8 and 9?
And 8 and 9, yes.
Nge-8 nange-9 zika February uwana lo nyaka lo ukuthi wawufasiwe enyaweni.
Azange ngitshela Nkosi enkantolo kodwa nge-18 ngangafasi kusukela nge-19 ngangifaswa mina la.
Do not recall telling this court, but on the 18th I did not have leg irons. Sorry?
Nge-19 ngangifasiwe la kusukela nge-19 ngangiqala ukufaswa nge-18 ngangafasiwe.
Bengisasho lokho kwangiviva. On the 18th I did not have them on, my lord. It's only started on the 19th.
I'm talking about 8 last week, Thursday and Friday, when you gave your evidence in chief.
Uthi ke yena ke ukhuluma nge-8 nange-9 kuleviki edlule ngolesine nangolesihlanu kathi wawuthula ubufakazi bakho la. Hayi nge-18 ne-19 khuluma nge-8 nange-9 sikhuluma ngeviki edlule.
Ngiyethemba la phambi kwenkosi enkantolo mina ngangiholwa ngummeli wami lokho ayengibuza khona ngangiphendula khona.
I believe, my lord, that I was being led by my legal representative. I was answering to that which I was being asked.
And then at the end, Mr. Ramusipile stood up and said, any other thing you want to add?
Ekugcineni ke wase ummeli wakho uyasukuma ke wakubuza ke ngabe khona yini ofisa ukuthi ukusho noma ukwengeze kuloko osokushilo.
Wangibuza Nkosi enkantolo nami ngumuntu Nkosi enkantolo mhlawumbe ngicela icabanga lo nto la njengoba naye umuntu ephefumula.
He did ask me, my lord, but I would like to request or to ask the state to also consider that I am a human being, a breed, just like him, my lord.
So this fact, this lie that you're saying, oh, my apologies, not lie, this omission by Magistrate Kronje that you were also on leg irons on that day, it was not important for you just to forget because it's central to this process that you are doing.
Manje ke lokhu kokuthi ke wakushiyelela ke noma ke akuzange kufakwe ke noma ukusho kuyena kuyona imantshi ngalelalanga ke ukuthi nala einyaweni wawungafasiwe noma wawungabotshi nala einyaweni nazo wawuboshiwe futhi nako ukuthi nje ukuthi kwaba kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi nako ngoba ke nako kusemqoka kakhulu kuloko esikwenzayo namuhla lana.
Akazange ngibuze Nkosi enkantolo ngoba negama lami akazange ngibuze uzongibuza kanjani into ephethe ID la phambi kwakhe Nkosi enkantolo.
She never asked me, my lord, because she never even asked me my name. How was she going to do that when she had my identity document in front of her?
Ngoba usisi kuphela wathi buka igama lakho uthilo le ngathi yebo yilo.
Because it's only the lady who said to me, look, is this your name? I then confirmed and said, yes, it is.
So now you are changing from your previous answer.
Usuyashintsha manje kuloko obukushilo ngaphambilini.
That you are a human being, you forget as well. You might also have forgotten when Mr. Ramusipile was leading you. Now you have another explanation for that.
Okokuthi ke nawe umuntu uyakhohlwa kusengenzeka ke ukuthi ke wakhohlwa ke kuyena uMr. Ramusipile manje usuyashintsha usho kunye.
Angisezwa kanjani Nkosi enkantolo.
Now I don't understand how.
Let us proceed. She, at the bottom of that page 1, she said Sergeant V. Mokhane, accompanied by heavily armed Metro Police officials, of which most members left when asked for their appointment certificates. 2 remained outside office door - C. Copies of 2 remained A to C.
Qhubekekile ke wabhala wathi ke uSergeant V. Mokhane ephelekezelwa ke amaphoyisa ke ahloma impela emetro abaningi noma ke amaningi awo athe ahamba nkathi esecelwa ukuthi ke akatshengise aveze khona lamaphepha la atshengisayo ukuthi ke bawobani baqashwe ku basebenza kuphi. Abaningi babo uma becelwa ke lawo ama certificate lawo babe sebeyahamba ke kwasala ababili bona ke abe mangaphandle ke kwestabha noma komnyango ke babe mingaphandle bona laba ababili abasala yilokho kwabhalwa imanje la.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ngiyabona kodwa ngeke ngikwazi ukuphendula ngoba ngangezwe ukuthi kukhulunywa ngani isilungu angisazi.
Yes, my lord, I see it, but I cannot respond to it because I did not hear what was being spoken about because I do not understand English.
I put it to you that as we go along, you are fabricating a story.
Mina ke ngizothi kuwena ke ngiyakutshela ukuthi ke nanje ngoba siloko siqhubeka njalo nje yila wena khona ke ubufakazi bakho ke ubulungiselela khona ke noma ubakhela khona. Siyaqhubeka thina ke ubufakazi bakho uyabulungisa nanje ngoba siqhubeka nje.
And I further put it to you, if indeed you were on leg irons and the magistrate ignored it, she will not have made this note that you are accompanied by heavily armed Metro Police officials.
Uma kuukuthi naseinyaweni futhi ke nakhona ke waboshiwe noma wafathiwe naseinyaweni imantshi futhi ke yayinge futhi yakubona ke ukuthi yakubona lokho yayingeke ibhale lokho ekubhalileke khona la enzansi ukuthi ke umkhane wayehamba namaphoyisa ayehlomile.
Ngiyacabanga Nkosi enkantolo ukubhalela akubhalanga mina. Nkosi enkantolo ngangiphendule lento lengayazi. Angithi lento lesenyaweni ayibonakala njengephoyisa lapho. Lento ngiyifase enyaweni lento le. Akusinto ehambe njengoba usohamba umuntu Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, I see it, but I don't know. I cannot respond to this because I'm not the one who wrote this. But with regards to me having leg irons, it's not something that is visible to a police officer that is over there, my lord.
That's very interesting. So she could not have seen those leg irons. Is that what you are saying?
Oh, ngabokushoyo ukuthi ke makukuthi ke wafasiwe lapha enyaweni yena ke wayengakuboni lokho.
Nazi necathula kayibhalanga Nkosi enkantolo nje.
She did not even write the shoes.
Let us proceed. Let us move to the interpreter now. Are you telling this court all that she did on the date in question was to offer you a seat, ask you about your name?
Asiye manje ke kuTolika. Okutshela lenkantolo ukuthi okwenziwa uTolika ngalela langa nje ukuthi akubuze ngegama lakho ukuthi awusho igama lakho leli nokuthi athi kuwena hlala phansi yiloko kuphela akwenza yena ngalela langa uTolika.
Nkosi enkantolo manje ngithi nomethi umuntu ubuka uthile negama lakho lelo ngihlala asethi hlala la ikhona Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi mina ngimtshela ukuthi sisi ngicela ungisiza ngicela ungiphe into zogeza nokufona yona impendulo yami namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngema lapho.
I'm still saying, I'm maintaining, my lord, that when a person says to you, look, is this your name? And then I look at it, my lord, and then the person tells you to sit down, and then I make a request and that, can you please assist me so that I can get some toiletries? And then that was, I'm standing there, my lord, that was my answer.
Okay, let's park the issue of the interpreter and get back to this very important aspect. She said, the magistrate, no visible marks on face or hands. I do not want to report any medical conditions or injuries, except had a heart problem, and then having taken a bath since 16 June 2020.
Kubhaliwe ke asike sime nje udaba ke likaTolika sibuyele ke kuloko okubhalwe yena esibhalwe yona imantshi lana ukuthi ke akunama mark abonakalayo ke noma ukulimala okubonakalayo ebusweni noma ke ezandleni. Akukho engifisa ukuthi ngikusho noma ngikuchazeke ngesimo sami sezempilo noma ke ukulimala ngaphandle nje kokusho noma kuchaza ke mayelana nenkinga noma ke udaba lwenhliziyo angikaze ngeze ukusukela ngazo i-16 zika June 2020 ikona ke okubhalwe la.
Nkosi enkantolo namanje mina ngiyasho phambi Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ngathi ngicela into zokugeza nokufona ngakusho lokho ngimcela mina akazange ngibuze yena lokho ukuthi ngiyagula manje phambi Nkosi enkantolo namanje ngisafuna ukwazi ukuthi kuphuma nami Nkosi enkantolo ngalanda udoctor lapha njengamanje kuthiwa kangifaka emshini angafika etsheni Nkosi enkantolo iqiniso ukuthi lo muntu akaguli.
My Lord, with regards to me having made a request about toiletries as well as making a call, my Lord, that I still maintain before this court that it was my request. She never asked me, I requested for it. The issue of me being sick, my Lord, I still want to know where this comes from. Even if this court was to summon a doctor to come and examine me, the doctor will tell the court the truth that this person is not sick.
Nkosi enkantolo okunye mina ngisebenza umgodi Nkosi enkantolo. Umgodi uyashisa Nkosi enkantolo. Ngeke ngibuye emgodini kuthiwa ngiyagula Nkosi enkantolo. Umgodi uyashisa. Nangalesi sikhathi engishayisa ngaso, ngalesi sikhathi engena ngaso.
My Lord, I work in the mine and it is hot in the mine. There is no way that I can go there, my Lord. Even the time I go in and as well as I knock off, it is hot there. There is no way that I can go in there, my Lord, and be able to come back because it's hot down there.
So we're only in agreement regarding the issue of the bath.
Into esivumelana ngayo lana iyodwa kuphela ilena yokuthi awukazi ugeze iyona kuphela oyivumayo.
Namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngimngalela ukuthi Nkosi enkantolo yimi engamtshelanga akangibuzanga yimi manje sithi ngicela ngiphi into zokugeza.
Even now, my Lord, I am still maintaining that one, that I'm the one who made that request. She's not the one who asked me and said, lady, can you assist me with regards to a phone call as well as toiletries?
Did she then translate it back to the magistrate?
Uma ususho wena ke kusisi ngabe usisi wangidlulisa yini ekutolikela yona imanje.
Angiyazi ukuthi ayibheka kanjani isilungu ngisizwa.
I don't know how was it conveyed because I do not understand English.
Was it that process of translation as Mr. Jonas is doing done on that day?
Ngalendlela uJonas njengoba eduze kwakho njena enza ngayo kwenzi naye wayenza ngaleyo ndlela usisi.
Wenza mana ushithi ngamtshela shithi wamtshela ngayo language engayizwa ngithi mina ngizosho.
She did it, I would say so that because she would then convey it in a language that I did not understand.
And then was he conveying anything from the magistrate to you?
Kukhona yini okwakukhulunywa umama lona omhlopheke abese usisi yena ke engidlulisela kuwena?
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi ngithi wathi usisi mina ngiboka igama la ngikhumbuli kube nesipito ngoba umama lo wayecofela laptop yakhe abhalabhala ngimbone beyakhuluma nomama lo womlungu ayenaye ngapha eceleni.
I repeat, my Lord, that the only thing that happened was she asked me to look at the name, to confirm the name. I then did that. I don't remember there being any exchanges because the white lady was busy on her laptop and at times she would then speak to the other white lady.
So you're saying she was also discussing with the white lady while she was busy with this process?
Ngaso sonke isikhathi enza kona lokho ngaleso sikhathi leso wayephinde futhi akhulume nalo yamama umhlophe wayeme khona lapha ya.
Namanje ngisho njalo mayecofela ukuthopa abhalabhala ngimaza ngithi wenzani Nkosi enkantolo. Aphinda asukuma mhlambe ukhuluma nalo yamama aphinda abuye ezela enze lezi zinto ayenza angazi ukuthi wenzani.
I am still saying that, my Lord, that she would be busy on her laptop. She would write. I don't know specifically what it is that she was doing. She would then get up, go and speak to that white lady, come back and be busy again, my Lord.
And then she also made mention of a heart condition.
Ukhulumile futhi ke nalana ke nangenhliziyo.
That was mentioned by Dr. Hloko as well.
Ukhulumeke ukukhumbuleke ukuthi naye ke udokotela uHlokwe naye ukhulumile ngesimo senhliziyo noma ke ukuthi ke kwake kwakhona ke inkinga ngenhliziyo nalo naye ke nayo imanje lena ke ikubhalile phansi lokho.
Nkosi enkantolo sengikhulume kaningi la Nkosi enkantolo sikhonza anginaso lesifo lesi.
My Lord, I have said this many times here that I do not have this condition.
Nanokuthi imuphi lo doctor wangicheck wathi nesifo senhliziyo angimazi.
Is also the fact that, my Lord, as to which doctor it was that diagnosed me with this condition, I don't know.
Ukube mhlambe kubhaliwe igama ngizotshela Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ngicela kube ngibizele yena.
If the name was mentioned of that particular doctor that diagnosed me with a heart condition, I would have requested this court to have that doctor called.
Yes. Now let us go to the interpreter. She told this court that she was translating when this pro forma was being completed, even at the time when the statement was done, and then as a result, she also annexed the signature in the certificate and also initialed each and every document.
Asiyeke manje kutolika. Kathi ekhona ke ezile la inkantolo ezokuthula ubufakazi bakhe. Ushilo ke ukuthi uyena ke owayetolika konke okwakwenzeka ngaleli langa ke. Futhi nangenkathi ke ubuzwa ke ngalokho okubhaliwe lana kwakuyena owakutolikela kukhona ke wasayinda ke futhi naye khona indawo la echazayo ke ukuthi utolika ne certificate lesi naso ke siyasho ukuthi certificate lesi sikatolika nalapho ke wase eyasayinda.
Nkosenkantolo ngiyaphinda futhi. Ngithi mina nkosenkantolo ayikho into angikhuluma lapha nkosenkantolo.
I repeat, my Lord, that there was nothing that I spoke there.
Mayezothi umuntu usayina lapho uthi usanele into zokugeza ngiyasayina ngizothi manje ngicelile ngithi ngimcelele akazangibuza into wayengageza yimi ngimcelele sithi ngicela ungipite so.
When someone asks you and says sign here because you had made a request for toiletries, then there's nothing that I'm going to ask because I'm the one who made that request.
And then the fact that you were signing for the request that you made was not put to the interpreter, at least to say that when she offered you the pen to sign, you were signing for the request that you made.
Nokuthi futhi ke nanje ngoba usho wena ukuthi inkathi usayina wawusayindela kuphela isicelo lesi owasenza kuyena usisi. Inkathi usisi ela enkantolo akakutshelwanga lokho. Kuzomnikeza ke ithuba lokuthi ke abe eseyaphawula ke noma uyayiphendulela kuloko ngoba washo ke yena kubufakazi bakho ukuthi uyena ke wakunikeza ipen lokuthi usign atshelwe ukuthi inkathi ekunikeza ipen yokuthi usign wena wawusayindela kuphela ukuthi lokhu obucelile kokugeza usukutholile akazange akutshelwe lokho ukuthi azoyiphendulela kona.
Angeke ngiphendulo atsa nkosenkantolo ngoba mina naba abameli bakhona ngoba ngilapha ngizokhuluma mina into engayikhuluma ngowami umlomo nkosenkantolo.
I want to respond to that, my Lord, because here are the legal representatives. They are here in court. I am here to come and testify about that which happened to me.
And instead of her being asked about this important aspect, she was asked about appointment, her scope of her duty.
Endaweni yokuthi abuzwe ke mayelana nalelo daba lolo ke abuzwa ngako kuphela nje ukuthi umsebenzi wakhe wenzani umsebenzi wakhe ukuthi waqala nini ukwenza loyo msebenzi yilokona phela nje akubuzwa kodwa akabuzwanga ngalolu daba lolu. Yes.
Ebuzwa ngabameli bami noma yimi.
By my legal representatives or by myself?
That's correct. By your legal representative.
Abameli bakho.
Angazi nkosenkantolo.
I don't know, my Lord.
And then she further testified that the magistrate had a conversation with the gentleman in a suit or dressed in a suit.
Okay. Okunye futhi akushilo ke noma nkathi ethula ubufakazi ukuthi ke imantshi lena ke yaba nako ukuthi ixoxisane noma ikhulumisane ke nomlisa owayegqoke isuti.
Nkosenkantolo ngazi ngokukhulunywa ngesuti le ngiyazi mangazi isuti le njengale ngathi isuti ngiyazi angazi sure yiphi isuti.
I don't know which suit is being referred to now, my Lord. I know about a suit like this one, pointing to myself, my Lord. This is the suit that I know. I don't know which suit the state is referring to.
The gentleman in a suit inside the room 2.
Uthi ke wakhulumisa uma imantshi ke yakhuluma ke nomlisa owayegqoke isuti ngaphakathi lapho kulelo room lelo.
Angikhumbuli nkosenkantolo bekhuluma mina laba bantu la. Umuntu ecofela ifoni zokhuluma njalo umuntu ecofela ifoni ayecofela laptop.
I don't remember those people communicating or speaking, my Lord. How would they have spoken? The other one is busy on his phone, the other one is busy on the laptop.
And that was the evidence of Miss Mutlaping.
Kwaba ibona ke lobo ubufakazi bakhe ke uMiss Mutlaping, Miss Mutlaping ke ekuyena ke oyichaze ngokuthi kwakuyena owayewutolika ngalelo langa lelo. Ubufakazi bakhe ke lobo.
And it was confirmed by the suspect that he is a lawyer for accused number 2. It was confirmed there, inside room 2, it was confirmed that indeed Mr. Mjiako is the lawyer for Mr. Ntanzi.
Isiqiniseko noma saba khona ke isiqiniseko khona lapho ke ngaphakathi ukuthi ngempela ke umji yakho ummeli kaMnumzana uNtanzi.
Kosenkantolo azange ngibuzwa ngaloo nto leyo.
My lord, I never heard about that.
And then that is on page 31, proceedings of the 23rd of October 2023. The interpreter was never challenged or contradicted when she made this piece of evidence.
Uma ke utolika ekusho lokho ngathi ke thula ubufakazi bakhe ke la enkantolo akakaze ke aphikiswe ke kulokho noma abuzwe ke mayelana nalokho akusho.
Angeke ngiphendula Nkosi enkantolo ngalokho ngoba ummeli wami babomgomezelo wangibuza ukuthi nguyena usisi lo othi wayetolikela ngithi mina angimazi ngeke ngimkhomba nganoma nguye noma kusiya.
My lord, I won't be able to respond to that because when I was asked by Mr. Mgomezulu as to whether that the lady that was here, is she the lady that interpreted, I said I don't know. I won't even be able to point her out.
I don't understand. Just take it further. When you say you do not understand if it's the same person or not. You don't need to take it further to clarify if he's saying the witness that testified on the date in question, Ms. Motlaping, he cannot say whether it is the same person that was inside the room too. And I don't know how to put this.
The witness said that even when I was asked by Mr. Mgomezulu whether this is the lady, I said to him, I don't know, I won't even be able to point her out that whether this is the lady that interpreted on the day.
So are you now disputing that Ms. Motlaping is the same Ms. Motlaping that interpreted for you on the 24th of June 2020, and is the same person that gave evidence on the 23rd of October 2023?
Ingabe uyakuphikisa yini ke manje uma ulalela lempendulo oqeda unikeza ngayo ukuthi ke usisi lo owayela enkantolo nge-23 zika October kulonyaka ondlule 2023 ukuthi uyena usisi owayekutolikela ngaleli langa la nge-24 zika June 2020 uyakuphikisa ukuthi umuntu oyedwa loyo?
Angeke ngimkhombe namantu ufina apha enkantolo mangadwana emgwaqweni Nkosi enkantolo angeke ngimkhombe.
I wouldn't be able to point her out. She came to court, but even if I were to meet her on the street, I won't be able to point her out and say this is the person.
Was that debated with her?
Into leyo ekwakhulunyiswana naye ngayo. Lento eshoyo ukuthi naye ke atshela ukuthi sisi angikwazi angikukhumbuli noma ngahlangana nawe emgwaqweni angeke ngikhombe ngithi kwashiwo lokho kuyena.
Ngiyathemba Nkosi enkantolo answer yami ngithi mina ubaba uMgomezulu wafika lapho wangibuza ukuthi nguyela ngathi nakho baba uMgomezulu ngeke ngeze ngimkhombe.
My answer, my lord, is I just said now that Mr. Mgomezulu approached me. He asked me if this was the lady. I said, Mr. Mgomezulu, I don't know. I won't even be able to point her out.
And she indicated in this court that she offered you a pen to sign.
Kubufakazi bakhe abethula la enkantolo waze wayibamba ke ipen kanjena wathi imina engamnikeza ipen wasayinda.
Nama Nkosi enkantolo lokho ngakuphisa ngathi mina into engayisayina lapha athi angisayine khona lapha ethi ngisanele into zokugeza.
Even now, my lord, I'm disputing that. Where I signed was where she asked me to sign for the toiletries.
Ngesignature yami ephelele straight ngiyavuma phambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
Signing my full signature. That I do admit before this court, my lord.
Maybe you're misunderstanding the question. Mr. Sibande says Mrs. Motlaping is the one who gave you the pen to sign.
Mhlambe ke umbuzo obuzwa umshushisi awuzwanga noma awuzwa kahle. Akushoyo ukuthi sengize ngakutshengisa kanjena ngoba walibamba ipen khona la enkantolo. Wathi ipen kusho yena usisi. Ipen lokuthi asayinde walinikezwa yimi esho wena. So iloyo umbuzo awubuza wona umshushisi. Kwinto ayisho la enkantolo uthi uyena wakunikeza ipen kanje wathi signed.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo wanginika ipen ngasayena Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, she gave me a pen to
signature.
sign, a full signature.
So are you telling this court now that all that was happening inside that room from 2:30 to the time completed 1720. All that was happening inside that room, you were quiet, the interpreter was quiet, the magistrate was writing.
Ingabo kushoyo ukuthi asithi nje cishe ke mubheka nje isikhathi lana cishe nje kube amahora ke amathathu ukusuka ngaye u2:30 14:30 kwaze kwayoshaya ke u17:20 kujike ukuthi kusho ukuthi ke ngo5:20 cishe nje imizuzu eyishumi kube amahora amathathu ukuthi konke lokho kwakwenzeka ukuthi wawungasho lutho wawuthule uTolika wayengasho lutho wayithule imanje yayibhalela nje phansi yona.
Ngiyathemba kosenkantolo la ngikhulume kanenge ukuthi mina ngangihleli la usisehla umama lo wayecofela laptop yakhe abuyahamba ayele kulo yamama bekhulumela into ayikhulumayo ubhuti wayehleli ngapha wayecofela ifoni yakhe ukuthi isikhathi ngangela ngoba nesikhathi ngaphuma isikhathi angisazi nkosenkantolo.
My lord, I believe that I've said this many times here that I was seated looking down. The lady on my left, is now referring to the interpreter, was seated there. The magistrate or the white lady was seated there, busy on a laptop. She would then write, she would stand up, go to that lady, go and speak to that lady and come back. The gentleman over there was busy on his phone, my lord. As to what time I went in there and came out, I don't know.
So all that you are saying is that when you also put your initials in how many pages? 8 pages, 9 out of 9, plus the statement, it was for the bath that you requested.
Wona onke lama page lana umasibala ke lana ke ama page angaba u8 noma angaba u9 la khona ke ufake ama initials akhe ayokusayina i-signature ephelele kodwa la ubhale khona la kubhale khona lo BS ukuthi uma wenza lokho wawenzela nje lesi sicelo owusenzile sokuthi ke ucela ugeza nokuthi ucela uxhumana nomndeni wakho noma
kosenkantolo ngiyathemba lapha ngiphinde ngakhuluma ngathi mina la okwami isignature ephelele ngayisayina phambi kwakho mangangisayina into engangicelile labo BS ngathi angisazi mangaba sayina lapha sekukhona babugininda la kade ngiphuma khona la ngoba kuphela ngisho imizuzu emingake singena lapha engangishawela khona ngawafika ngemoto khona eduze.
My lord, I repeat what I said earlier on that what I'm confirming here is my full signature which I signed in front of them. But with regards to the initials, my lord, I did say that I cannot recall whether it was at the time when I was now being forced, also when Gininda was now already there, that I put the initials on there.
Okay. So you completed signing this document?
Uthi nase noma kwaseqedwa ke manje ukuthi ke kubhalwe ke kuyona lamaphepha la.
And then you opened the door and left.
Wasiyavula ke isicapha wahamba.
Yebo ngisukumele mina akekho umuntu othe ngisukumela phela ngayisukumela straight.
Yes, I stood up on my own. No one ordered me or instructed me to stand up.
And then where did you go afterwards?
Umusu uphuma lapho wase uya kuphi?
Kuthema ngivula umnyango wezandla so mangivula umnyango ngithi wayekhona uJonathan angimazi lo bhuti lo mhlophe igama lakhe.
When I opened the door, Jonathan was there. And I don't know this other gentleman, the light in complexion gentleman.
Mangiphuma ehla ngetepisi wahamba phambili ulokusama uJonathan amangubaba lomhlophe ejika igate ngaye emotweni. Mangiphuma nje umhlani ukhona emotweni wabenyuka itepisi ngespeed.
I then went down the stairs. It was Jonathan and the other gentleman, the light in complexion gentleman, went through the turnstiles. Just when I got outside, Mukhane was in the vehicle and then Mukhane quickly went up the stairs.
And then what happened afterwards?
Kwenzekani?
Emveni ngalokho buya nayo envelope ngangena emotweni kwahanje ngangayibona imoto ukuthi ihamba phi.
Thereafter I came back with the envelope, I got into the car left, I didn't see where the car was traveling.
Onke namaphoyisa la escort.
And all the police officers that were escorting me.
Lapho imoto yafika yamakhona ke yami imoto nangibabugininda naye la khona.
That's where the car then stopped, my lord, and Brigadier Gininda was there.
And Brigadier Gininda denied being there.
Yena ke ubaba uGininda uphikile ke ukuthi wayekhona lapho.
Umela ngithenga umthetho ngiyamtshela ngathi ngambuza ngitshela umela mthi wayekhona.
I told my lawyer, my lord, and then I said to my lawyer that I'm not posing a question. I am putting it that he was there.
Mokhane testified before this court that after Boksburg, they drove straight back to Pretoria Mode.
Kubufakazi bakhe ke abethulile phambi kwalenkantolo uSergeant Mukhane uthe uma bephuma khona eBoksburg bahamba nje akukho la baya khona beza ePretoria Mode.
Ngasho nakummeli wami ukuthi amtshele ukuthi akulona iqiniso lelo.
I told my lawyer to inform him or to put it to him that that was not true.
And then what happened in that particular place that you went to?
Kule ndawo ke uthi naya kuyona nafika ke ubaba uGininde khona lapho kwasekwenzekani?
Mayifike nkosenkantolo ngithi ngakhishwa emotweni imoto ngapha efortune imoto egcwelela ngabanjwa ngendlela kumanje ngawuthi ngipresele ngingakhona ukujumpa ngithi ukuthi kufanele ngisayinele iphepha lefa ngisayine ngikhomba ngomunye emehlweni.
Upon arrival there, my lord, I was then taken out to the vehicle. The Fortuner was there, the other vehicle was there, and I was held in the manner in which I was held, my lord, for me not to be able to jump, and also then forced to sign.
Mangibuza ukuthi ngisayinela eni la ngitshela ngishaya ngihlakaniphile.
When I then inquired as to what it was that I was signing for, that's when he then said to me that I thought I was smart.
Kukhala uplastiki ngeke uhlale ngawusayina uplastiki ngeke umuntu ozokulamulela nkosenkantolo.
And then that's when the plastic was then put on. There is no way then my lord that you wouldn't sign when a plastic is put over you and no one is intervening on your behalf.
Ingakho nalapha phambi kwenkantolo ngisho ukuthi ukube mina into yabhalwa yimi ngokuthanda kwami mina statement sesizulu ngizosifunda la ngithi kwenkantolo nasi statement sami sesizulu ngisifunde isizulu ngiyakwazi ukusibhala.
My lord, hence I'm saying that if it was something that was written by myself in my own handwriting, I would have been able to read it here in court in isiZulu because I'm able to write as well as read isiZulu.
And then what happened?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Ngagcina ngisayinile ayikho indlela engangizoyenza
I
nkosenkantolo.
ended up signing. I had no other way out, my lord.
And then after signing, what happened?
Emuva kokuthi usayinile,
Emvela kokho bake bama phela bakhuluma ngithi ngazi ukukhulunywa ngithi nangisengisemotweni ngene emotweni kwakhulunywa emvela lokho ngathathwa nganjisiwe police station.
they stood aside, my lord. They spoke. I don't know what they were speaking about because I was placed in the vehicle. Thereafter, I was taken to the police station.
Nalo police station ngisayikhumbula mhlambe bengangikhumbuza khona nkathi uthi yiphi police station ngalala kuyo.
Even that police station, my lord, I cannot remember it. If I can be reminded of that police station here in court.
Is that all?
Yeah, iloko phela.
Bafika ngithi wangena umkhane police station ngaphakathi ngendlela yahlala yenza.
When we arrived there, Mukhane went into the police station as he would normally do.
Wabuya nokhiya ngaya ngawungena wavula phakathi wa check ukuthi sele right wa check i-trance wa check lokho izingubo ukuthi khona wakhiya ngalala njengendlela yajela ukwenza ngayo.
I was taken to the cell. He opened the cell. He checked whether the cell was in a good condition, my lord. He checked the blanket, and then I was taken in, and then he locked.
Now let us go back there, that place that you were forced to sign. Did you tell the court what happened? Everything.
Asibuyele ke kule ndawo lena othi uma niphuma eBoksburg naya kuyona la owaphoqwa khona ukuthi usayinde. Ingabe inkantolo uyitshele konke okwenzeka lapha ya ukuthi konke nje okwenzeka lapha ya.
Ngethemba nkosenkantolo lapha ngibuzwa ngummeli ngamtshela ngayitshela yonke inkosenkantolo mina.
I believe, my lord, that when I was being led by my legal representative, I told the court everything.
Describe that particular location.
Awuyisho le ndawo leya.
Ngasho ngathi nkosenkantolo lapha mawuza ujika so isekele le ndawo le.
I did mention it, my lord, that as you approach that place, it is sort of in a form of a circle.
Ngoba ngathi mase ngemphandla ngabona ukuthi ole amafem ngaphela ngangibuka le ngangabukanga lapha engiqhamuka ngakhona ngangibuka le.
Because as I was now outside, my lord, I could look around because I was not now looking at the side where I was coming from. I was watching now the other direction. I could see that those were firms.
Did you know that particular area?
Kwakuyindawo owawuyazi leya.
Angiyazi le ndawo namanje ngikhombe.
I don't know that place. Even now, I won't be able to point it out.
Mr. Mgomez, you told this court that place is in an industrial area in Jamestown.
Uma echaza yena ke Mr. Mgomezulu le ndawo utheke indawo ke nanje kuba usho ke ukuthi indawo yamafem eseJamestown.
Ngiyathemba phambi kwesenkantolo ngikhuluma insukeni yama ngithi mina igolani lazi. Baba Mgomezulu mangimtshela ukuthi le ndawo le iso Mhlambe niyayazi uma mhlambe igoli yalazi. Mina igoli andazi Nkosi enkantolo.
I've said this many times here in court, my lord, that I am not familiar with Gauteng. I just described the place to Mr. Mngomezulu. Maybe he is familiar with Gauteng. He would then know if I say it is such a place as to what place it is.
So you, in other terms, you cannot say it was Jamestown or not.
Okushoyo wena ukuthi angeke usho nokuthi iJamestown noma cha.
Lalo ngabhala ngebhodi wezindawo ngibona ngamabhodi Nkosi enkantolo.
There was no indication or board where it was written because some places I would identify them through boards.
Ngoba nefirm uke ngalibona igama lefirm ngizosho phambi Nkosi enkantolo da kwakuyifirm esonke Nkosi enkantolo.
Even if the factory or a certain factory or a firm was written, I would then be able to identify and say this is what was written on there.
Yes, whilst you are still there in that area, you signed the document, you said they put a plastic, that's when you signed.
Sisekuleyo ndawo leyo ke uthi ke abakwenza ukuthi ke base bekufaka ke uplastic ila owasign khona.
Angifakwanga uplastic ayi1 Nkosi enkantolo. Makuthola manje ufuna uthiwa ngiyakuyeka ke. Nkosi enkantolo ngeke uhlala ungasayeni.
It is not only once that the plastic was put on, my lord. When you are being asked, oh, you still don't want to sign, I am letting you go or I'm leaving you. There is no way that you then wouldn't sign, my lord.
Ngoba Nkosi enkantolo abanento yo plastic Nkosi enkantolo ngifuna ukuqambela amanga. Ngibhlungu Nkosi enkantolo.
Because this thing of the plastic, my lord, I don't want to tell lies before this court. It is very painful. It hurts.
Are you not forgetting anything extraordinary that happened there?
Akukho nje okuthize okukhethekile njena okukhohlwayo okwenzeka ngaleli langa lapha.
Ngishilo Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi lapha mina ngaphuma igazi enhloko ama handcuff la.
I did say, my lord, that I was bleeding as a result of the handcuffs there, my lord.
Ngikushilo lokho phambi Nkosi enkantolo ngathi lapha ngabamba ngakhona kufanele ngabe likhona igazi ngoba laliphuma la kuze ngisayine lento ngoba ngangibambe ngesandla so ngisayine uma bene press ngapha na.
I did also mention, my lord, that where I was holding on that particular day, there must have been some blood left there because I was holding there, my lord, and signing, and my banner was also holding on the one side.
That is the original document that was completed in the date in question with the handwriting of Mrs. Kronji. Just page through that document and point out where the blood stains are.
Yabona leli?
Yeah.
Ilona ke leli abathi uma libiza lona ke uqobo lo abathi ke ngesingisi ke original. Lena ekwakuyena uMiss Kronje owayesebenza noma ebhala kulona. Uma ungathi nje ubheke wonke lama page lana usho ukuthi yikuphi la obona khona igazi.
Nkosi enkantolo sikhuluma ngephepha. Iphepha ngalisuka ngabe nomshushisi iphepha igazi. Angenza iplan ukuthi igazi ngeke ningene phambi kweNkosi enkantolo.
We are now referring here to a document. Even the state or the prosecutor, my lord, can be able to clean or to wipe that blood, my lord, just to make sure that the document doesn't go before court with blood on it.
Noma hamba yobhala kabusha lento le.
Or maybe go, my lord, and rewrite that which is contained here in this document.
Ngoba ngeke alilethe la phambi kweNkosi enkantolo ligcwele igazi.
Because it will never be brought before this court covered in blood.
My lord, in that note, before I open another line of questioning, can we adjourn for lunch as it's 4 minutes to 1?
Okay. 2 o'clock.
Spanda, okay, ungahamba mfethu. Okay.